RC Speed after they lost, like we were just getting flooded so much. Yeah, that whole 4-on-4 retake or even numbers retake kind of disappears. We're getting flooded. That's replay. So keep an eye on that and see if there's some improvement there.
Oh no.
Yeah, left side, Power Phase going to bounce back. On the other, how's the new look NYSL going to fare? And it might take some time to get in the groove, but I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time to see Hydra on the map.
Oh, is this the system like pictures?
Right, running with that Krieg with the he had last year. You know, you kind of just saw throughout this year the position, the role that he had to play. They think that he could be a star, that he could really put up numbers with that AR. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I feel like he was kind of the gap filler at times, right? Like just sort of fill in the positions where you needed to and not just let loose like he was a year ago. And this change could be massive for him. I think that relationship with the rocker lineup is spot on. Like, seeing Walt he gets it with the movement, Sim comes soaring out as he's able to take down two, but into the point will go back. See how long he can stay up from this position, but we'll start to keep an eye on the rotation with that 20 seconds left on the hard point.
No, keep an eye on Mac too. He's running a 3074U for right now. We'll see if they stick with that setup. Just trying to run three, maybe really trying to apply pressure on the map. That's what you can do.
You like not some of them, but they're like
A
OP.
little bit of scrap time, but the main focus on that rotation over to the second hill. RC is able to take down two, but that second hill is going to pop, and well, NYSL going to have to work across the middle of the map. You have Sim to deal with. You're able to take him down. You have to wait for Hydra to come up off spawn, and you set up some layers here for Atlanta FaZe. 15 seconds already off this hill. Clean so far.
Yeah, when's this pressure going to come? Such a good
Oh yeah.
from FaZe.
I don't know why.
The Arcities with the quality shots there through as well. Resetting subliners now to try and
Oh damn it, that thing has a lot of recoil. I can't do that VR.
They will pick that up. Maybe they can use the numbers here to soar on through, but not going to happen. Avizi and Celium deal with the next wave of pressure and just looks the border on a perfect hold. I mean, it's a great 3 kills from Mac, but when it comes to the objectives and where they're going to spawn, not going to matter much for this hard point. Just may give them a little bit of cushion setting up for third.
But well, the big thing there is to try to get top grade.
Bro, ¿qué enseñó? Bro, yo pensé que iba a enseñar otra cosa. Like, you killed me, no.
Then maybe they can connect 2 and 3 with that map control. Not able to do it, Max slows things down, and now you have a scene roaming the map right now. RC's is gonna take him down, but similar to what we saw in the second hill, 15 seconds is off the clock. Nobody from Atlanta FaZe has even gotten close. A great response here from the subliner.
If those kills from Mac came in like 5 to 10 seconds earlier, may not have mattered much at all, but just came in at a perfect time to delay this. And yeah, now 30 seconds in, you're finally getting towards the hard point if you're Atlanta FaZe. Zemple now soaring for the contest, the slide on point, the trade there for Arcities, and that'll be the break, but it comes with just around 20 seconds on the point, so it's a good answer.
Wait, what? I heard you, pero...
Much needed time for them, and nothing gets set up.
Yeah, I heard you.
Setting up for 4 and 5.
Do I just turn?
Putting that opponent into a spawn trap. Avizi trying to get set up, pushed out a little bit through this vent room. The Hydra in the scene must play. That's going to be 3 dead. Are they going to recognize this spawn, though? The spawn team is behind them towards the break side. They do have Mac up top of green. He might get shot in the back, and he does. So now his team has to scramble. The splits come in. And I think this splits are going to help Atlanta FaZe.
It looks that way, but it's tough to deal with the splits, right? The comms have to be on point. One of your keys to victory is really...
Oh, the heady. No.
You have a new player come in, somebody swap positions. So I kind of want to hear what it's going like for them in this first map. Let's go to an Astro listen-in with NYSL.
Why didn't it show the QP? Kill cam, dude.
One green.
I got one bricks on you. One's gonna be C4. One's C4. Heard you. I'm seeing top of hog. I got a 3.
Los com.
Gen weak. He's sitting in gen. He's trying to hold his side. Trying to see how that one's Let's come back out again. I'm going back down. He's still gen somewhere, bro. Y'all, by edge. Yeah, make kill me, bro. Kill me, Jets.
I saw you.
I'm gonna go top crate. He's weak, I let him. There's two there. He's weak, I'm weak, down there, Paco. Nice, Paco. Let him flip. I'll pick up your bed. Hold my phone. You're alone. I made it. They're weak. I let him up.
I'll tell you what, Joe, I like a lot of that. You play with
Mira.
leadership, talking about what players are missing,
Mira.
making sure they're picking them up. But the other thing that stood out to me is Kaiser's English.
Bro, I almost lost that either.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the talking points, right, with Hydra coming in, how his communication be. I mean, it's his second language.
Está hackeando, está hackeando.
He doesn't, that's his second language, so it's a big deal. A lot of people weren't sure how it was going to fit, what was the small talk going to be like.
Seems great.
But Paco, it seems great, yeah. And now they have the lead, a great fifth and first hill for the subliners. They take the lead as we go to the second one.
And I just can't stress how big that is. You know, having somebody calling like the player.
It fell
And
off.
I know Clay kind of fumbled over it, called the wrong too, but corrected it. It's just you need
It was a good game, but I mean a good game, a good TV. But it fell off.
Excellent job there now with this lead. How much more can they cap on top of this? With a tough matchup against FaZe to start off. Great stuff early in this map one.
Yeah, and then they get a huge break there. That is where Atlanta FaZe was perfect on that first rotation. Was that second hill. Middle of the map, it's getting a little bit crazy.
OG raid.
Cell spawns at hold. That's a big win by Clay. You can see they were fighting for the scrap time. Clay was on a 5-2. They actually push it. So now, what Atlanta FaZe is trying to do is work through objectives at one time. This could backfire. A scene trying to cross that map. He is all by his lonesome, though. Celium, Simp, everyone else is going to spawn here, so they play it well. But they don't have a lot of map pressure right now. The only person who's pushed up is going to be Simp middle of the map, and sometimes that's all you need is Simp in the middle of the map.
Did that nade not like make you jump? That like hit him in the forehead. I actually like physically moved backwards. That's so
I'll be honest, I'm in a mini-map, so
he
no.
threw a stick. He
I have no idea.
Hello.
threw a stick and he didn't react. I was like, did you not see that? He threw a stick and hit him like right in the teeth.
It's like when you watch those videos where like the baseball like flies right right at the camera. Yeah, it makes you jump.
I physically like moved backwards, but we'll continue the battle. Around this third hard point, no one able to get a massive foothold inside. There's also gunfights going through mid-map. It looks like been able to leak all the way through, just right up the gut behind enemy lines. So we'll see if his teammates are able to hold on. But that's going to allow him to get the top.
Bro, I was literally 183.
Massive break on the map. Hydra, Max gonna back on up. Look at this patience, the trigger discipline, the wait for his teammates to come off a spawn. You know, just like what we saw from Clay, right? Where is Simp? Where is Simp? And Simp is behind you. The patience pays off. He's able to find
El
two kills
Simp.
on both the main ARs for NYSL, and now he's up top.
I wonder
14. Well,
qué le dirían en
that's just a
score.
Simp play, now up to a 5-3. He flips that map.
Yeah, I was watching his arrow. He just kind of walked
Hello.
the big map in a sea of white, and just maybe a little bit of a
Hey.
bullshit timing, a great round as well. But yeah, he disrupts the early going. Now the skirmish continues at mid-map from top green. It'll be Clay this time. And a little awkward just trying to get out the window. He'll get cut down at range from Celium. 11-point
But
the FaZe now. As we get ready to head over to our
I saw you and they were like, ooh.
locations, yeah, locked on the bottom left, showing where we're headed next.
Hey, again, another great job. While that sim play happens, to bounce back from that, Atlanta FaZe wants to flip the map. They want NYSL spawning on that far right side. It doesn't happen. And then NYSL able to find the kills early at that time. Now they still maintain the lead, and that's where you get to our fifth hill. This is where NYSL really put it together at the end of the first rotation. It was a scrappy now.
It's alright.
Take down 3. RC's the last member alive. To try and work some spawn kills. NYSL. Creeping up on 2 home boards now.
I was in the water.
To be a little sneaky, got in, finished the first, or sorry, the second and first. I got a little worried, but he's able to recenter. He's at 29 and 17. What a map. Play is happening with the Brig in hand. Nice opening. Still there from Sam. That'll go in. Little haymaker to the second. 2 entries there for Seth. That'll get him into the point. He's going to take the route underground now. Maybe try to work his way up and catch Max.
La pipi SH.
But this is where NYSL is really got a ton of time. I don't think Atlanta FaZe have too many points on this first hill. You know, when the game first started, it was all about the rotation for Atlanta FaZe that paid off. On the second rotation, they gambled it again. They got broken. You just see, just milking the time second by second. Is you have Clay on the hill, Hydra on a 5 spree. Clay and Hydra really bringing it in the slaying category. Up to 30 kills for Hydra. And this is why they wanted him. This was the start. You're seeing it right now.
What rule would you want to see? Going up against FaZe to kick things off. He's got 30 plus. I don't think you could be happier if you were an NYSL fan. Map 1, almost in the book, just 5 points needed for NYSL to close this out. FaZe side.
Vamos a la Swiss.
All over the map to try and get in, but Hydra is, I mean, he's going blow for blow with Sip on the other side of it. You gotta love to see it.
And then you have Clay, 30 plus, and RC's and Cell, both around -10. You have to perform a little bit better. Saw the Major 2 Grand Final.
Okay.
Talked about it in our keys. They are able to break on through, so to get to this point. They don't have the back spawns, and as you said, yeah, not over yet. They could win it here, but it has to be perfect.
Well, BC not able to take that opening engagement, but we'll watch Seth now lurking top green. That time is so awkward, but the movement is on point. Cell looks like he kills himself with a nade. 2 players will fall right after that for FaZe. Into the point go NYSL, and in Hydra's debut match, the map 1 of victory, and Clay is hyped up.
And why not? Yeah, man, you know, he's going to bring it, right? He's going to bring that energy. He has a really good map 1. Hydra as well. The entire team stepping on up. And, you know, after the first couple of hills, it just felt like Atlanta FaZe, you know, that first rotation.
I was at snipers and nuked them.
That 5th hill going into the second rotation. That's why that
was a team Samoa.
Turned things around. They got that lead. They never really lost it.
And I love the kind of gas.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he was at the Let's Go Tacos, I think, like, when he was gassing them up. That's, I don't know if you've experienced it for those of you at home, but, like, teammate gas goes a long way. Sometimes we're just playing Warzone and Joe will like gas me up for a moment. I feel like I'm Superman. I feel I can accomplish anything. Like getting that in your ear has got to be big. And props to Clay for bringing the comp, bringing the hype, and boys walk away with a map 1 victory.
And then on the Atlanta FaZe side, you know, a little bit of a struggle, but yeah, look at Hill 1 here. You have 7 seconds on Hill 1. 7. Compared to probably a minute and a half, I would say, from NYSL. They were really gambling that second hill.
When you said it, I didn't realize it was that lopsided. You're like, I don't think they have many points. I didn't think it was that low. Like,
no, it was not. It was not a lot.
No, they get dominated there. Unbelievable. But New York, fantastic job. But we may have a long way to go in this series. But it's awesome to see Hydra on the squad. And the guys fired up. One last shot of them. Enjoying it. We'll be right back to Search and Destroy after this quick break.
Yeah.
They say I've been lucky, but ambition is not luck. It's a choice. My name is Caesar Skies Bueno, and I chose to invest in you.
My name is Caesar Skies Bueno, and I choose to invest. What the fuck is this talk? Oh yeah, ya tengo mi. Oh yeah. Ready, boyo? Mi Nemesis Sky es bueno. And I choose to invest in my game. Yo. Imagínate si tuviera standoff. Bro, si tuviera standoff, oh yeah. Oh my god, this is slow. Sort of slow.
Welcome back. We continue on with the battle here, and the base side looked a little flustered, distraught, beaten.
That's Swiss.
Apparently.
I just saw that too, but yeah, they look a little pissed off. Now you see a BC smile up there. Whatever RC saw was probably pretty funny, but yeah, they're gonna have to bounce back here.
We're gonna take a look at their stats and wins and losses, and
It's literally so slow, a lady is.
That's why we're still kind of gassing this team, and I'm too worried about them.
I could barely zoom in.
Series on the year, but stats. Yeah,
You barely hit market.
Search is the one that really stands out. I mean, you go from, it cuts in half.
Yeah, I think like the .98 and the .95 and respawns when you're losing them, that kind of makes sense, right? Like they're still competitive, like we just saw, but they're losing. And typically when you're losing, you get outplayed a little bit. But yeah, 100% is in that search and short. That was cut in half. Who's really the big difference maker here? The one that stands out for me is RC's in their losses compared to their wins. Right there in that AR battle, they lost it.
Yeah, I mean, they all took a big dip, but I think it's just looked to be the most severe, but it's difficult when some of the KDs are so high in their wins, you know, when you're flirting with a 1.2. But we got to check out Hydra again. What a map he had. You heard the gas from Clay coming in. I'll tell you what, that gas in his gameplay could be an absolutely deadly combination. I'm excited to see more of it, but if anyone was worried if maybe EV FaZe coming against maybe the #1 team in the game, that does not seem to be the case. He seems chilled, relaxed, and a monster on the map. And it's weird because like there's times where an up-and-coming player I'll see a lot of gameplay of, like a Simp. Like I feel like I just knew Simp was coming and he was going to be this monster for so long, and I'd seen him play in various tournaments. And Hydra's a guy that I hadn't watched this much, but I'd heard so many times how good he was that it like couldn't just be. It couldn't be exaggerated almost. Like, you know what I mean, Joe? Like, over the years, you just heard it. Hydra's nasty, Hydra's nasty, Hydra's nasty, like, over and over and over again. I think that's why we were just so excited to see him in the league.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we've been here in the last
That's a
he's a
modern-
superstar, and he's ready to show it. You know, I was very excited when NYSL announced that he was coming to America. You know, we weren't exactly sure it was an app with the stage 2 roster,
Oh, yeah.
with the stage 1 success, and then he just had to go to challengers, get into it a little bit, and now he has
PP.
this opportunity. First map goes their way. We saw it coming into this one. Atlanta FaZe 1-4 on this map. Both teams are just trying to continue to play it, but a BZ 3 times shuts down that round #1.
And, well, plays like that and just his prowess in search and destroy is where they've found a lot of their wins. But let's see it one more time. 1, 2, 3. They're all down. I was going to try and rhyme, but I realized my rhyme was with 1, 2, 3, 4, and that didn't really work there, Joe. And my brain froze.
Yeah, it had to be with 3. Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. It just wasn't. Oh, man. Passing can be difficult at times, let me tell you. But a 3 at the start, 4 at BZ. Now let's see offensively what the hit looks like. It's going to be fast towards B. The lone guy there is going to be Clayster. Likely is getting some wallbang tags on to get what information he can. But the flood is here from FaZe. We'll see how quickly they can get a bomb plant down. Looks like Alex already on that.
But and this is at times when we've seen them struggle is really setting up at this bomb site, but a very fast trade. Getting retaken.
What the?
He's still inside. Just trying to watch the different angles. Did he spot Hydra? It looks like he did. Hydra's working it. He has a one-on-one right now. There's nobody here from NYSL though, so they did not coordinate the right timing.
Big boyo.
It's one of those picks where you have numbers, you solo challenge, and you lose it. So now we're deep into a 2v2.
They can actually get it down this time. All right, there's the plan. Now 45 seconds here for subliners to work on this defuse. Play a map,
Oi.
sell a VZ. Remember, VZ's working on that 3-0 stretch. When he gets to here, a little bit closer to screens. Leafy got it in as well. May hold on. Cell still just set up deep. Time really against you. 20 seconds to go. Max will be the first to chow in. Abizi gets another kill. 5-0 from him. And who got the final one? Was it Cell or Abizi?
Cell, but maybe he has some tags in.
I wasn't sure if a crossfire came in. Yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll see. But a nice round there. They're able to work that bomb plant. The 4v4 comes in. I think maybe you're hoping that Hydra is finding an opening, but I think you would like to collapse that around the
hang
same
of it.
time through those catwalks so he can have a higher impact. But Cell just played inside. Inside that elevator, he's watching both of those bottom lanes back and forth.
Yeah.
Does a really good job playing his life, staying alive, getting tags in. Well, there's the switch up. It's not going to be a key hit from NYSL. And for Atlanta FaZe, it's going to be a 4v4 retake towards this A site.
Cell to get the final kill, so BC will be on 5-0. He might have having a one-on-one here with Clay. With Clay, fantastic shot, and Clay takes down both. Abizi will get the trade with the nade, but no streak's going to come through. Clay does.
Oh, playing that.
He's wrapping it. Then behind enemy line. Simp. Oh, God, he holds that for one more second. He may get two, but now, Arcitys, 1 versus 2. No chance they're making a 1 versus 1. Mac lines him up, puts him down. On victory, and YSL.
And it's just that play. He's down to a 4v2, and he does connect with him.
El ojo.
But you don't even get into that bomb plant situation. Atlanta FaZe, they push a little quick. Play catches 2 players and selling Abizi working on the flank. He's able to find both of them. Nice play from him. Keeps them in this one.
That's a much needed round, right? You're going down, you lose that, maybe Abizi gets streaks, you're down to 3-0. Stuff looks so dire early, but I right back into it. It's going to be an onslaught here towards the B site. Who can come out on top? So far, even trades across the board. Now tracking across the map will be Mac, but he'll be the last one up as everybody else fell. They bring kind of a 3v4 there around the site to see if Mac's got a bit of heroics in him. That's
why I think this B site at times should just be great for Atlanta FaZe if they're able to play their numbers, because why not, right? You want a 4-on-4, make things a little messy. Who thrives in that? It's Abizi, it's Simp. They love those sort of plays. So when you go for the hard count here, if you're NYSL, hoping to come out on top, but Arcitys looking over his teammates, hit some great shots, able to win the round.
Yeah, it just becomes this open skirmish. I mean, there's places to finesse, but it's not like the illicit site in the sense of guess how all heads will collide at once. And yeah, I would take FaZe in most of those situations. So if they can get that more often than not on this map, you feel pretty good about it.
We're gonna get it again. It's NYSL.
Got the hang of it in zombies.
It was Abizi in round 1. It's Abizi in round 5 to open up and find that first blood. But it seems through the catwalk stairs is going to even things out. Now Clay trying to find Cell.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to work out this round in YSL. They go right back to the site. And this time, got the numbers. They get the victory. And this is what it came down to. I mean, last time they basically had 4 stacks on the site. This time, Forge made a little bit more as Arcitys. And if he's able to track over and help, probably in a good position, but Asim gets both. I'm not sure.
He disconnected.
Yeah, fella, he stopped shooting. Asim was so weak. I don't know, but he was going for that trade quickly as possible. It just doesn't come through.
Yeah, it might have been a situation where he's had reloaded from a shot from the first engagement. Right back there we go, except look for Boston. Just taking this over towards A. The other 3 here, I can't tell.
How is that a him marker? No entiendo.
Abizi's gotten in pretty deep, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same hit, but you want NYSL to overstay. Overpeak maybe a little bit. Since they're going to find the first blood, you want them to challenge off that bomb site and bait them into you just sort of with a setup with both of your ARs down low. Cell's able to give them a man advantage. Bomb is down low. I think they both know this. They know they have to work with this. Abizi trying to get set up by Cell just so far away now. Just can Abizi get away with the bomb? That's the question. It's looking like he will.
RC. You still got Cell posted up. If you're RC's here, you just can't drop. Got some information. Just make sure you stay up, maintain the numbers, back up, get calm down, play around that, efficiently trade, you get around W. You get picked in that window, things get a whole hell of a lot more scrappy.
In those
Imagine.
rounds, that's what's happening. He does anyways. He doesn't end up getting paid. A BZ barely. He's gonna hit a wide wrap all the way through the enemy spawn. The come middle of the Cell just trying to buy time. A BZ be able to pounce, and he goes for the retail, and a BZ's feeling on express.
Ooh, just a movement there. A little back down, slide and hop out. Play can't deal with it, but a great wrap, and it looks like but BZ has it going. Big wins there for a BZ, and yeah, it gets a little bit scary when you lose those numbers. And yeah, I thought RC's did a good job backing down for the first fight, trying to get the position. Just maybe didn't realize he was open to the angle he got caught in.
Oh no.
Angles. I think that's when you probably forget about how top train at times.
Imagínate if we show the brain like.
Maybe slow things down. And actually, they're just gonna try to hit the middle. Through that middle street. They'll line up phase. They're playing to retake that B. You're gonna have Cell just watching the spawn. The other three are working towards A. It's gonna be a wrap through. Easy doesn't get spotted. He just backs down. So we're pretty much at a standstill right now. Just which site does NYSL want to go to? It's looking like it's going to be that B site.
Work to get the plan down. Now you have this 4-on-4 retake, but due to some of the line of sights here from NYSL, you just it's going to be so difficult not to be caught. But group it up for the most part on the left side of the map, then Cellium kind of working an island on the right for the pinch. If they win one of these first gunfights, it is going to turn some heads for NYSL, make this so much more difficult. But can they do just that? No, good cover fire from Clay. Top flat, lining up the shots. Cellium barely finishes that one. Suddenly everybody's going all around. It's just going to be Hydra now. It was 1 versus 3 down to a 1v2. And our cities has the angle, wins the gunfight. Time for the defuse. 5th round on the board for benefit.
Oye, mi pata me va al baño.
It's down to about 20 seconds there, and then 3v4. Then once they're able to drop one domino, the rest fall after that. Nice teamwork out of Atlanta Phase. That's kind of what we
Oh yeah, I mean, why you use any weapon?
Right, don't lose your numbers. Go into the 4v4 retake on defense. Because when you play retakes, you have an idea of where those opponents are going to be, where you can put your nades, where they're setting up, and that's when someone like BZ, someone like Cell can find that opening and go.
It's just so different on the other side of it, right? Like, if you're on that retake and you lose a player, I mean, for the other side of attack, it's still basically the same. You have so much time to push. But if you're on defense and lose somebody,
Yo.
pick up that angle right where the player dropped it.
Imagínate que deje todo así.
Things just fall so fast.
Ah, como el señor que está pupitecado, güey. ¿Qué le dieron de comer? Burrito.
Seems trying to go back to the middle. Got a great first blood. Quickly, he can just jump in that train. Now players like Cell's just trying to find the trade, but he's going to get to his teammates. BZ though, going to make this a 3-on-3. Now 30 seconds for SL to retake.
BZ up to 10-4.
Oh my.
Hydra, who is fantastic in the map one, still trying to find his footing to surge, but Mac just peeks in, finds a kill at the teammate. Unfortunately, Hydra just trying desperately to get the angle, but the slide back and forth ends up being enough to finesse. And he'll be on the defuse. The final phase player will drop. NYSL will survive to see another round. But you know, I think he snapped on the. It was a dead body.
Yeah, it was a dead body. Yeah, it was like his teammate. Yeah. I think that was his teammate. Was it not? I don't know. Either or. You're probably right. Yeah, it was probably face. That would make a lot more sense. But yeah, he put some shots in, but it's alright. He plays his life, does a really good job, and then a double challenge from Mac up top.
Allow me to escort you to the afterlife. No puedo.
We gotta remember that, like, we see the overlays for the jerseys, right? Like,
that's a very good point.
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different for them. Just for anyone watching at home, like, we have the full jerseys over everybody, but they're seeing the default skins. That wouldn't exactly be fair if one jersey was a little bit brighter and easier to see. Now, would it?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. But Yeah, he's not looking at what we are exactly in that position. We'll see if NYSL can bring it back and rip off 4 straight rounds.
Oh, stop shooting.
On plan A, another 4-on-4 retake situation, and maybe this time a little bit easier. Stella gets the first blood. Play already out of the action, but
Mira.
the hero
Wait, what?
playmaker and a BZ.
¿Qué enseña? What?
Second coordination a little bit off with that timing. The other two
Come
trying
on,
to
man.
work that other catwalk to give a different look. Last time it was through the NYSL play. This time from the defensive side, but 3v3 we know. Sim able to find one, able to find the second. Don't worry about it, Abizi. I got you. And again, with about 20 seconds left, they pounce. But Celium with that first blood weakens and softens that defense. There's that retake. You get it, Atlanta FaZe. They win an express.
Well, I guess I'm just curious now. Did you see some improvements from FaZe, or was it more, you know, NYSL obviously haven't had a ton of surge reps with this particular roster?
Oh.
When I've seen them struggle on this map, I think especially defensively, someone who's like maybe the island player is getting picked. And they can't play these retakes as well as they would like to. So I think they've improved on that a lot.
Okay, and that was one of your big things. Well, yeah, that was one of your big things to look out for, though, and you like to see any kind of improvements. But where it was a face of frustration after map 1, you saw Tyler Abizi there, all smiles. He had a monster map, starting it off with the nasty 3-piece to get things going. And Sim still just, well, locked in.
Yeah, and again, new roster from NYSL, you're going to have some openings in Search and Destroy. You're going to learn a lot from that game, go back and watch it. But, I mean, there was a couple of chances there. But I think the big thing is, what did Atlanta FaZe do? They really exploited them at that B site, whether it was those fast offensive rounds, just the hard counters. They just had to switch up a couple of different positions and how they want to adjust from there.
Yeah, it's going to be a mode that takes a little time to work on, especially for Hydras getting kind of tossed into the mix. But impressive map 1, just not maybe exactly what we wanted there in map 2. But it is time to look at our U.S. Army tactical play. We're going to check it out. This is going to be from round 6.
Oh my god.
Abizi making plays. He had a fantastic map into the double digits. Let's watch it again.
This is him just trying to work this bomb side itself. Now he gets this kill right there, sort of in this 3-on-2. Abizi has to work all the way for the bomb. You don't want him to get picked as he's trying to get out with it, playing max group up.
Oh, one. You're one.
Arceus gets picked, and in this 2v2, he just hits it. He hits the gap.
You were one.
Playing max could be this time. Maybe just try to go with fly at Cell. But they don't know where it's going to be pushing through. Mac just gets a little. If he does that 1 second earlier, he probably has the advantage in the gunfight.
You were one.
Takes each one-on-one and then uses that movement to perfection.
Yeah, 100%. If there was any hesitation for the reroute there from Abizi, maybe you pick that up for Max. But he hits it, it works out, he gets the 2 final kills, he gets a round victory on the board for FaZe. But as it stands, we're tied up 1-1. We're headed to a quick break. When we get back, controls on the board.
Say I've been lucky, but ambition is not luck. It's a choice. My name is Caesar Scarpin, and I chose to
Eh. Yeah, pero kinda weird. Tengo miedo.
That Steve has really been having himself a hell of a series. Shout out to the last guy, the killer. And a fantastic intro round there for New York.
Joe, let's talk a little bit about the French sensation that is Hydra. Moved over to the stage for him to make his impact here on the COD League, and I'm here for it. I'm excited for it.
No, I am as well. Yeah, that's really the big storyline today. You know, what can Hydra do with this team? Game number 1 was fantastic.
We're going to take a look at the Astros social soundboard now and see some of the tweets. And yeah, you see a lot of them getting involved. Apparently, I saw exactly, because I think I almost said that verbatim. Sorry about that, Josh. That wasn't even intentional. But yes, I agree. A lethal combination. So I'm going to tell you,
Oh no.
we had something actually common, me and Hydra. Because it weirdly enough wasn't my French class, but I did 3 years of Spanish in high school. Guess what my name was in Spanish class? It was Paco. It was Paco. So we're basically the same person. Wildly talented
Paco.
in Call of Duty and also Paco. But here's a little bit about his history, Joe.
He's been competing for, just since Modern Warfare 2019. So just a quick rise really to stardom. Joined Subliners in October, played with the NYSL Academy in Challengers. Yeah, I mean, this is most promising French player. Yeah, he's French. It was a Spanish name. So
Yeah,
I don't know if that really correlates at all. I think it does.
I learned a lot. I feel like Donde está la biblioteca?
Yeah, where's the library? That's a good one. Good job.
Yes, no, it's very, very impressive. But no, I think for you and I, we've really wanted in general, for like a dominant French team, Spanish team, German team, like the more this becomes an international affair, we're all for it. And, this is a good step in the sense of I know he's playing for NYSL, but just seeing a first player of his caliber get in the league.
We can actually defuse it.
Without question. But let's talk a little bit about the control ranks and I guess how good NYSL has been.
Well, they've been great in attack rounds. They're still close in the league, in the league. But you see defense rounds 11th. Again, 2 and 5 in stage 2.
I heard you.
A lot of this was
Got the hit, bro.
That's probably why you see a good amount of attack rounds doing it, where teams have gotten a lot better. But we're going to Garrison. They did not play that in stage 2. So, again, you have a new roster. You're going to make some adjustments. You know you're going up against Atlanta FaZe. What match do you want to play against them? Atlanta FaZe, no checkmate control, get them out. No. Is it raid? Is it going to be Garrison? We go with Garrison.
We'll get ready to hop into Garrison as these teams battle out. And for map 4, which we're guaranteed, this will be my first time. I haven't actually cast the Apocalypse yet somehow. All the matchups we've had just hasn't been on the card, so I'm excited when we get to that. But first and foremost, we'll focus here on the control.
Hello.
See if NYSL can bounce back into respawn as the FaZe guys have a little fun.
Yeah, emotes going out, pointing at each other. This is your map, my map. We're getting together. We're rolling out defense for Atlanta FaZe in round 1.
Como un piro.
Into the fray.
I don't know, he looks ew.
Working around, but see on the minimap, not a lot there for him to work with. 2 of his teammates going to end up dropping as well. So to get this range,
Se mira como un piro. Se mira como un piro con ese haircut.
I mean, that is huge. Maybe you get a take there. If you're NYSL, if he doesn't hit those shots, Hydra very weak play. He slides out for the second challenge. A team that was trying to work that pinch, and he's there a few seconds earlier. Maybe all 3 of them are alive, and they get that B point, or that A point, at least a take or 2, but that doesn't come in. And remember, we're on the patch now where the A zone's a little bit extended out, right outside of this green door. So you can at least contest a little bit easier than one of those points that teams getting better at, but that should help them. 35 seconds left. We're tied in the lives. They just have to stop this clock.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that. Joe and I, we typically do a pretty good job calling it out or focusing on it. But that guy on defense, when you're 2 or 3 down, they come up with a few kills like that, it changes around entirely. Excellent job myself. But can they get on it? Can they get
Oh fuck.
stop or maybe work to get that minute-long extension? Some work to do. They'll stop it at 12 seconds. You still have, I believe, Simp that's going to be lurking around that point. And then set up inside will be Cell, get it done with an AR, get it done with a sub. Doesn't matter. The guy can do it all.
Just good job staying alive. Now you have RC's top green. You can work on the reinforcements. There's the test, but you're down to 0.4 seconds. So this has to be pretty darn perfect from NYSL. They have to stay on this point. They are committed to it. Simpto, the man that might ruin this, you would have thought. He tries to go on the flank. That's going to be too dead. And you see everybody fly towards this light side. A little bit easier to cover. You can watch each other's backs as a team. Hydra working this, and there we go. With 0.4 seconds left, they're going to get that extension. Now they have to work this A zone. Only down a couple of lives, and Hydra trying to stay alive, just misses Cell.
Yeah, you just know how much time to work with you, Joe. I mean, we talk about 2 minutes being, 2 minutes well, being the good side of it, a minute the bad side of it. But yeah, 3 dead is what maybe gives you an opportunity. Unfortunately, Clay will get caught and repeat right on his feet, but the team is there with the trade. Now, they got the first step down, they got the 3 down, which is going to allow them to get control mid-map, but they're going to have to find another wave here, and they don't have a ton of time to work with.
They're going to try and do it through the back. Notice he's almost spawned, he's able to take down the scene. Nice there for the trade, but they have 1 push on B. They're going to have 1 push on A, and here it comes. 12 seconds left. Starting with this 74U, doing a great job throughout this round in clutch scenarios. Plays his life. There's his teammate Nabizi with the slide out and the trade play, trying to get on that point. But that is going to do it. Atlanta FaZe, hold on. It's that one play for me from Cell to stop that transition. Off that break, and they're able to just work that time. All the pressure on YSL.
Yeah, and that's Boyo.
It's insane to say that's probably what decided it all, considering how early in the round it was. But absolutely, I agree with you. He gets 1 there or none, they likely lose that point instantly, and our conversation is a whole hell of a lot different. But nice little clutch up there by Cell.
Time is our enemy.
Him in the round early. We'll swap sides and see what the focus is going to be. And, I mean, how big of a deal do you think that extension is going to be in regards to that A zone?
I mean, I don't think it's like the biggest deal of difference, but maybe another angle that the defense has to check, right? You know, which corner is that offensive player in, and just a different contest spot. At least you can pause that clock. But it's still a difficult zone to take overall, because you have to fly out of that door. But again, it gives you another chance, another position to capture that stuff.
See if in this matchup it ends up having any kind of big impact or involvement. But
how did I get the first kick? He won the first round.
Fortunately, though, 2 of his teammates dropped. That's going to be the go-ahead sign for Simp. He's going to try and flood right up the middle, straight to the spawn here of NYSL. See how many he can take down. He gets 1, just can't quite slide away. And it's a big kill for Mac. You don't have to keep worrying about him and behind enemy lines.
Yeah, but Simp's job's done. He flies into the middle, and he spawns them top right instead of bottom left. If there's a bottom left spawn there from NYSL, they probably go lights, maybe just get on that contest and try to fight for the zone. But he spawns them top right, so NYSL's thinking, all right, let's just focus on A. Let's not let anything happen to shut down Simp, but it's an early B capture for Atlanta FaZe, and now they're up a couple of lives. This, singular objective is a little bit easier for that defensive team.
The one getting a ton of information from top three to spot out players' phase. But as I say that, Abisi's able to take him out, and that's the cue to go forward. Simp is going to start soaring in. It's behind 1, the shot's on point, but back there instantly with that trade. Stellian will follow it up, and now you've got a foothold onto the point trophy out. 5 in a row now for Cell as he is 10 and 5. The trophy doesn't live long, but we'll see if Cell can. The nade is right on him. Cell will drop. Hydra pushes in to get 2. What looked good for a moment for FaZe seems to be slowed down for now.
Yeah, just great job retaking this zone. Hydra able to find 2 kills, play with that killer. You got the position that you wanted if you're Atlanta FaZe. Just that 1 kill from Hydra, or from Simp on the Hydra, just slows them down, right? That's the player watching top 3. The streak comes in, doesn't connect with anyone. Artillery, but that opens up the zone, so they get right back on it. Already ahead in objective picks. Mac and Hydra runs out Green, Sip and Celium respond. You still have Celium alive, and now it's going to be a 1v1. It's a 1v1, but Asim wins it.
Asim just going massive for NYSL, but there's still 50 seconds to work with. So much time on this, but they've survived the first two kind of onslaughts from phase onto the point. And I didn't see who got the streak. I guess Cell was the
Must have been
closest
Cell
one.
the objective time. Probably objective time.
I think I might not have noticed it, but I'm guessing that's what it was. He seemed to be the closest, best chance to get it.
Good job, BND. To reinsert.
Now, but the artillery, they're able to survive that. Now 20 seconds left. That life advantage. Play with a nice shot. That'll stagger the push a little bit for Atlanta FaZe. They also have to fight for mid-map control. This is looking good. I think you're happy if NYSL able to survive it. Considering you had to deal with the artillery, you had to deal with the retake layup, now up to 5. And he earned some streaks for their offense, and they are going to hold on. He's trying to get a couple of spawn kills to carry this spree into the next round, but Dubliners able to tie things up one apiece.
I have his play been in these respawns. I mean, he was really, really strong in map 1. He's been great here thus far. The control. Did you see the video from last night?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty advanced, dude.
I did not.
No, it was just him. Like, it was like, sheesh, Fellow. It was probably him was 180 on check things. It was kind of nasty. Trying to get trying to get in Fellow's head before he's really in the league. You know, he's playing later today. He just wants to make sure he's shaking.
Nah, he's fine. He is good.
Yeah, Fellow's a psychopath. That's not going to face him at all. He's gonna be sprinting and screaming regardless of what's going down.
Oh no, bro. What are you into? He's a lot different, dude. Challenge the last couple of years, watch. He's a lot more calmer. He's a lot more calmer.
I just think of him holding forward and shouting a lot.
That doesn't happen as much. But well, I'm sure it doesn't.
Warzone with him, he was still screaming.
I'm sure it doesn't. It's so destroyed. This has been Matt himself, right up down the middle. But Clay now up to 6 in a row. Carried that streak into this round. With Asim on the point, just needs one more. Try to get that artillery. Just gotta be telling his teammates, like, someone, please wait for me, please. Like, all these angles. When does Atlanta FaZe get aggressive? And do they know he's on a streak? Probably the way he's playing this. I'm sure they do.
Listen, you don't want to waste too much time trying to get this streak, right? Like, you've got to get focused on the objective at some point. They are on the B now. Trying to get that mid-up progression play, still just looking for this killing. Somebody give me a freebie. Shots into so many players, but hasn't quite got the kill. This might be the chance. There it is. The artillery is in, but there's only 25 seconds left on the clock. He's not got many bullets in, but just enough bullets.
The kill streak.
Full streak down the play onto the objective. It seems for now, it's all worked out.
Yeah, well, Hydra's actually pushed through towards A. He's able to win one. I think Clay wants Hydra to stay alive there. He wants to work both objectives while Hydra is basically inside a brick, so they can't get into that position. And now on the cruise missile, he gets taken down. Up easy, able to take down both on that point. So the cruise comes in, but bouncing back from that is Hydra and Asim off a spawn. They're able to pause that clock.
Thank God. I mean,
yeah, that was almost a total collapse.
Yeah, this round is seconds away from being over, it feels like. But thankfully, they win it on one side of the map, and they'll try and stay up for their teammates to get back into it. But look at where Simp was. He is pushed up so far, it's going to make it so difficult for Clayster and Mac to get back in on the action. And actually, he might have to track back, because now his teammates lose it on the A zone. You saw him just kind of looking back and forth, like, do I help? Do I focus on the spawners? Do I help?
Artillery.
It becomes a mess.
Artillery, and this is an all-in moment here. From Clay and NYSL, they are going for this. We talked about this spot, the impact it would have. It seems been here the entire time. Hydra, he's pushed up in the spawn. Point are they going to go to?
Control.
Take it down. You have Sif cutting off the reinforcements from NYSL. The streaks. Do they turn into anything for Clay and the crew? It's not looking like it. Think that's gonna do it. Atlanta FaZe, they hold on again.
I'll tell you what, it's Cell again, I think, because right after the artillery, right, they're set up in that new corner you were talking about. Cell comes out and kills to it, right?
That's his point, right?
He gets in, he just comes out and gets these kills. It's massive. It is absolutely massive, because, you saw him kind of pinned inside of bricks at the streak. And, you get him pinned, so hopefully you can get position that he can't do just that and soar out and get 2 kills, but he does, and I think that's really what decides him.
Well, now you have selling a Simp on a couple of streaks. And even when he's going the cruise, because, yeah, you had Hydra pushed up towards A, you had 2 on B, and they got, like, go kills after that. They had nothing from it. Trying to work a couple of spawn kills, hoping they could work both zones, but it doesn't happen. Atlanta FaZe. I believe we were told they were 11-1 coming into this map on defensive rounds. They've won 2, now 13-1. They've only lost 1 defense on Garrison.
It's actually big.
Yeah.
As you saw the one time we cast when we had 2 full pages of stats that they were first in. There's a lot that they lead the way in, but that's not enough. With that many plays, just 1 round loss. We'll see if they close out here. They should be getting bigger on defense, I would think, just based on the fact that they got a 1 full zone and 2 bits of progress on their first offense.
Yes. That just depends, because, I mean, NYSL, they've gotten, they had 3 on the first offense, they're right there, 3 or 4, I don't know the exact number.
Well,
this could be a perfect, this could be a perfect defense,
Yeah.
but there's that second take at B. They should get that zone, it's looking like NYSL is going to give that up. Act trying to stay alive up top does a really good job.
I'm pretty sure this seals it for them to have defense.
I believe you, I trust you with your Maven stats.
Well, they got 5, I think, in the first offense, so.
Ya viste los challenges para el Hunt for Adler.
Should be in a good spot, but obviously they still have a chance to close it out here. A ton of time to work with.
Do them.
Really right home about be similar from that standpoint. Some big kills in mid-map now for
Wow.
YSL.
¿Qué va a hacer?
Push on forward.
Wow, was gonna snipe.
Look for players on the spawn, and Arcee's had the read, but Hydra had the shots. He's just continuing to chow. He actually did drop 1. 4, so he goes 2 for 1. You'll love that out of Hydra. He's quite aggressive.
He's got a seam right behind him, and it'll be a fun dynamic duo to watch. I mean, you know, it seems had such a breakout year, but he might have to take a step back, you know, with Hydra on this team. We'll see how it goes, which I think he's perfectly comfortable doing. Such a big year for him. There's another scenario. Atlanta FaZe is 2 or 3 out on A. The retake comes in, and after that, it's all NYSL. Just 4 or 5 kills in a row. Now, with only 9 lives remaining, Atlanta FaZe and have to work this middle of the map.
They don't have a whole lot more cracks in this. Considering the time dwindling and the mid-map presence from NYSL, these are some big moments here on BC. Finds an opener, drops right after. As long as you trade efficiently here from NYSL, you
Donde llaman Tau.
Just can't have a collapse. Can't give up that 2-3 down, and so far, good job. 1 drop, a bit of a kill.
Oh,
1
no.
drop, a bit of a kill. Have to keep that rhythm going. They're in a position where
3 days.
Just going for that player on the point. That was Hydra again. Arcee's is hoping he can just work that angle to take him out so his teammates can work top Dream and get onto that zone. When 3 players remain, no 3v7. Diff is here. He's going to have to be the first one to slide on out. Max there. They get that trade, and New York Subliners send us to a round 5.
We'll see if my math is correct. I think it should be a phase defense.
It is, yeah. You're correct.
I am just like wondering too. And I guess I like the change also because like I hated
Syria
those rounds where you know the team would just stop.
Yep.
Yes,
in 3 days.
You didn't want to throw lives away. You wouldn't go for the objective. I think now it's going to lead to a few more maybe desperation plays on the objective just to go for it, which we've seen in controllers here. Yeah, which is awesome. But you usually see that when it's like do that or you lose the game, right? Now I think we're going to have maybe more early control game situations where that is the case, and you just send it. Why not? Like, lives don't matter.
O usa el Fjord Mic y usa el Assassin perk and just get like kills.
Pretty slow so far for both teams.
Just a reminder, what was that stat, Joe, for defense
They
here?
were 11-1, so 13-1 now on defense.
13-1. Subliners are going to have to make that 13-2.
No se mira como Summit.
If they're going to get a victory here in the map 3.
I don't even know if it's Summit.
Would love that one back, but easy with the headshots. Arcee's with the
Dice Mount llaman Tau.
And NYSL, they're falling all over the map.
Now you're hoping to see him get a kill or two in that spot, yet both players so weak. The rest of his team now trapped.
Yeah.
Atlanta FaZe gets so far pushed up. Look at Sims' position. Cellium controlling caution. So difficult to get out of here. Only 20 seconds remaining. It looks like they might be trying to focus on top green. Asim though. Do they get the opening through the middle? Able to take down one.
Ah, boyos.
There's going to be another challenge. Trey does take down Sims, so they might be able to work this B zone and extend this time.
Curious to see what FaZe decide to do here. If they want to get positioned and set up, it looks to be the case. Well, maybe not. I thought they were giving up for a second, but it looks like they want to take another point of attack. You just can't both block here and give them a clean capture and clean transition. Well, they're not going to do that. They're finding all the kills. The scene gets pinned all for fall.
Oi.
The gamble maybe to retake the zone pays off for FaZe, and that might close out the game here. Everybody's scrambling, sprinting, flying, trying to get the zone from NYSL, and it's not going to happen. FaZe retake and close it out, move to 14-1 in defensive rounds on Garrison control.
And interesting enough, I've been noticing it. I wasn't sure if he was picking it up or just kind of rolling with it, but Cellium was running a lot of the times at third 74 on defense. I think when it was really a focus on the A site. So you know what, they want to make sure they have bridge control. They never wanted to give that up. And
Porque ni los miro.
they're at to fly out at 3 subs. So, you know, something to point out with the Atlanta FaZe, the way they're playing that defensive side. But I think NYSL, what was that round? Was it round 2? That offense that round 3, their second offense with the streaks coming in from Clay.
Yeah.
A little bit better. That might turn an offensive round for them.
Could have. But you got to think this is like I don't know, it's a map and mode where defensively it's got to feel great for a team like FaZe. You know how aggressive they like to be, and sometimes if you're over aggressive on a hard point, you can mess up spawns or something, right? And this, you can be kind of as aggressive as you want to. Like once you get in that position, you can really get the spawns to be a thorn to side up the opposition. You saw it at times there, like they love to fly you, they love to stagger the push and make it difficult.
Yeah, very balanced effort from Atlanta FaZe. On the subliner side, 6,000 for both the team and place there. Not really a bad game. I mean, a very close back-and-forth battle. And, for NYSL, it was about being able to slay with these top teams, and they've done it these first 2 responses.
Yeah. And I guess we've talked about the fact I always think that hard points have the easier mode when you make a team change versus the others. When you play them out, it just seems that teams get in the mix with that a little bit easier. There's some work to do in S&D and the control, but still, they're playing a top, right? And that's all you got to ask for at this point. You're not out of it. Yeah, down 1-2, but a chance to take the series phase, though. In control right now. We've got another hard point on Apocalypse. Coming up next, after the break.
Are you kidding me? ¿Cuál? Why? I am marking him. Yeah, we have the hard point. Boys. Boy. boy. We flipped. What? We flipped? They're dumb. Cause we flipped spawns. Now they're fucked up, then you gotta go.
Hello, and welcome back to the London Home Series, and we've got something special for you. If you take a look at your bottom of the screen, right there. See it down there?
Never mind, we're not now.
You've got a chance to win a team pack here for the CDL. We love free stuff. Everybody does. Joe, don't you love free stuff?
Of course I do. If you had to pick one team pack, which one you own, man? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Dude, the Mutineer skins look really, really good. I think I'm going to Mutineers.
Okay.
I love them. They do on the guns. They look so sexy. They pop.
Camera's
they're
nice.
vibrant. The way the light and the sun reflects off it. Woo! Makes me so happy. Tingle it all over my body, Joe. But here's our maps
They're
and
dumb.
modes. It is apocalypse time. I'm excited. I mean, you and I have recorded. We did some funny videos on this, which I don't think are released yet. I'm excited for that. But all of my gold is there, Joe. Lots of treasure.
Lots of gold. Here's a look at game one in the way they played it. It seemed a ton of time, but it's really playing Hydra in that slaying category, both with 30+ kills in that map one. And that map one was Atlanta FaZe's map pick. So you got Apocalypse, the one hardpoint map that wasn't picked was Raid. So NYSL choosing not to pick that. They picked Apocalypse as a different one, and maybe that's because the addition of Hydra. They want to play around the aggression. But this is one Atlanta FaZe. I think they're probably pretty excited to play instead of Raid. This is one where Submachine Youngs can really decide the outcome of the map.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious. We saw from a sub standpoint, Hydra went so with Sim. We talk about superstars, dropping numbers, like he was right there with him. From a kill perspective, I think it was really the AR a little bit on the FaZe side. We'll see how it plays out. We get into this map 4, but
Flip spawns. They're dumb, dude. They don't even know how to play hardpoint. We flipped.
I can stand off the play down the road and pray that's the thing because I love that map more than I love it.
It's my favorite map ever.
Yeah. So
it'll be a good time. See, middle of season 3, so see what happens with that. But Apocalypse,
I'm gonna use my Commissioner powers to get that in. If it's not, I will somehow use my powers.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm being honest.
I wouldn't think so, but right into the mix there goes Simple and Easy. They're both able to take one down, but Steve and Mac on the other end of it answer in time. Into the first hard point, get stuff started. Will be NYSL. We head to the top right side of the map for our second hard point, so look at a bit of focus there, as you can already see the FaZe squad trying to retake mid from that angle.
Well, and you just see Atlanta FaZe is going very, very slow on the right side of the map. That's where we're going for number 2. One of really the discussions around maybe why we don't see Apocalypse that often from teams is they are afraid if you have a bad start, sort of you change the 2 together, you get a ton of time, you're down, 80 and 90 points without the second hill is able to break. But NYSL, this is as good as it gets. You get a ton of time, you have the rotation through, they break, the spawn's 3 dead, Sim the last one alive. As we head on over towards Ruins, and that was perfect from the subliners.
Yeah, see, he's still able to take it. Fantastic job there from Azine as he's on a 3 streak at 5-2. And maybe we're going to see exactly what you were talking about. Crazy scoreline you can get going early in this game if you chain them together, because it is looking comfortable for NYSL right now. Look at this scoreline.
And they did it from the backside, so there we go, right? Hey, CDL teams, it's possible. You can flip those spawns going into the second hill. But a slow start from our season cell once again. Not been able to find a lot of those early kills, and now you have play on 5 in a row. Make it 6, trying to work some streaks.
Well, NYSL, they're popping off. Got 7 in a row from Clay right now. He's already got the artillery to earn. It is 92-3. As the score
Oh,
keeps
95 sublaner, C3 to phase.
all his streaks, he's able to do it. But watch the tail.
Wow.
I do want to hear, listen for FaZe. They try to battle back. Actually, all right. Now that Clay has dropped, if you're FaZe, you're down massively. You've got to rebound a huge comeback. They've done it a couple times this year. They've got to do it again. Let's go to an Astro. Listen in with Atlanta FaZe.
I know, imagine playing like league and then you go like, oh hello, right side, right side, right side. Oh left, 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 one shot, one shot, one shot. Like, si fuera yo, I would have been like, I would have been yelling and a little nervous. I think they got used to it, por eso. El assassin. Fear Mike. You could use a spy plane. ¿Tienes el spy plane? Yeah, entonces, pero you need to kill the people que están ahí.
FaZe have gotten some points on the board, but the deficit still around the same. 90-ish points. NYSL are on one.
Oh my god.
Into play, but if we can test out with this, and I guess I'm more interested to see, like when we get to the second set of rotations, if FaZe can clean it up in first and second.
Well, I mean, they might be in a world of pain if they don't have a great hill here. But the other bottom ammo, this is another money hill, NYSL. They have the spawns, but fighting through the front of it is Atlanta FaZe. You see the spawns now for a Seaman Placer, or sorry, Seaman Hydra. It's all the way out at second. Matt trying to do his best to stay alive.
How are we losing that hard point?
No
me gusta que son puros tries.
This map are still there, 100%. So if that goes bad, you were almost at 200 points off the first rotation.
Yeah,
from the subliners. Like that's just ridiculous. They did such a good job 1-2, but also bouncing back at that fourth hill, using that streak to flip the spawns. The Atlanta FaZe staying alive with this final hit.
You nailed it, kind of do or die time, and they step up to the plate. Now we get into our second set of rotations, and this is where NYSL started to run away with it. And you've got kind of a similar position for FaZe this time around. Just can they do better with it? Maintain the spawns, also get eyes on clearing them out of the hard point. The person to take that fight is going to be a BZ. He's looking, find the opening, circumvent whatever players he can. I think he's going to scramble around the point for a second, but they locate him, they get right back into the hard point.
And this is what the subliners did at the start.
They're flanking.
So with the positioning that they have around TV, around bottom stilts, you're seeing where Celium is spawning. He's all the way out towards that back fifth hill, even with RCD's back here. So you have to hold from all the way deep in the spawn, also from that second hill towards that mound. But you're
no, I don't want to use the
far away because of the position of the subliners. But 3 or 4 kills in a row, and you finally get a little balance here, a little map positioning, so you can set up for second. You have spawn control. Now here we go. FaZe, they hold on, but you still have that artillery and that streak to use if you want to get your play.
I think the ping does come in. They'll hold on to the streak for now, but that's now RC's.
We barely have 4, dude.
Going on a killing spree. Maybe he can answer the streak from Clay. Oh, well, no, he gets greeted by Clay and just gets thunderstruck in the face. Now they drop the streak. They look to fly forward. Can FaZe hold on? A break here from NYSL could be ball game if they get in.
At least disrupted this.
Summit?
Look at this. So you have a BZ all the way pushed up, number 4, getting in a position It's almost like they want
Weird to have
see them trapping all the way
to have some in
But
C.
BZ is here on an early rotation, so the streak doesn't connect. I guess you're happy because, you know, you probably just left
I don't think it's summon
15,
porque
20 seconds, but they would have
summon no trae
more.
oh my god, dude.
Yes, yeah, very true. So Atlanta FaZe, they hold on to the spawns. This was the hill, though, where they earned a ton of time on that first rotation, but Hydra with a big multi-kill slowed things down.
Looking at BZ do from this spot, little ledge slide out, movement on point, can't quite get the nade out in time, but I thought to pick it up would be set, but Clayster, Guardian
Dude, they're
Angel,
try-harding so bad.
Guardian Angel is down, but then Hydra comes soaring on in, trade. It's just a flurry, a flood of kills. At our third hard point, no one's gotten much time here at all.
If we can't observe this, we
10.
have to sell. Okay, so I've been wondering, he's running another third 74U, so, you know, maybe
How? I'm behind a
situation
concrete
where,
wall,
like,
dumbass.
progressing and you're seeing more. We saw in Garrison Control, just trying to flex him off of that, use just how fast of a team they can be. When you have the setups in the early rotations, but you can put those 74Us in a great position where, yeah, come into 374Us. It's going to be a ton of fun for both of your ARs. They're able to get the spawns, they're able to flip it, now they have statue control.
It feels like more often than not, the history of Call of Duty, we get to a 3-step meta on more maps than not at some point. Maybe not every year, but I guess for me it feels like that's the case.
Yeah, it's usually a pacing thing, right? Just sort of how quick you can be.
Oh, you got him?
Where do they got it to? We might have a chance for a lead change here. The first time FaZe did Droid wins to God knows when. 200 to 199. There they overtake the lead. Set up inside a fourth. A pressure for the first time in this game. Now,
Oh, dude, what?
They're on the brink of elimination in this game.
Why does it stick to another
FaZe get the W.
person?
And now subliners, that battle is tough. You got to dig deep and find something here in the final moments of this game. Good thing though, you've got
How?
control of next. You've got Clayster set up deep. You've got to get a rally right now if you're subliners.
Yeah, so they take their time on that hill. They give up a ton of it, but they go through that lower pathway. They're able to get the ammo, they get control ammo, and flip the spawn. The scene does spawn out. Delium trying to work all the way through the back and on the hill. It's going to be RCDs and Simp trying to work a bit of a pinch. The 2v3 on that hill. Sim and Hydra shut it down as RCD's trying to do what he can, but he's all by himself.
Yeah, I think the push has just been really staggered from FaZe at times. Just kind of, I don't know.
Was that like two different places, right? Someone's hitting the spawn, someone's hitting the hills.
Yeah.
It's a little bit staggered from them. myself cannot win here, but you have Hydra on a spree.
Darn close though, closing it out. They're a couple points shy of that 250 mark. We're locked and loaded, ready to get into our third set of rotations. This mid-map performance, this is where, I mean,
oh fuck,
struggle to get time
almost dead.
I mean, what, the first hard point, when you talk about Garrison in map 1, the first hard point here, is too much focus on second, but this time the focus has to be here. Either team can close out the game. Who's going to go big? Mac and Clay able to find key kills. There's a second one for Clay. BZ, the last guy up, somehow staying up, but then Clay will track it down. 3 in a row for Clay. NYSL get in. NYSL push it to a 5th map. They hold on, man. They were up by, what, 90-ish points for most of that game until FaZe took the lead late. But they get it done, and I'm curious to see how many points FaZe got in the first hard point again.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when you look at Garrison compared to this, we'll keep our eye.
Bro, I don't know how I...
when we look at that scoreboard, but
I don't know how I did it.
Early lead.
I had tengo un artillery.
With the artillery, then you had what, that 5th kill on the first rotation. That FaZe were able to break when they had spawns. If that's a little bit cleaner,
Ready?
that might be a 100-point club from the subliners, but it's not. And Atlanta FaZe in the second rotation, I think they won. I think 4 hills in a row. From 1 through 4, I think they won all of those, and then on that 5th one, they take their time, they go all the way through ammo, they're able to...
We came back from 20.
The final break on that first hill, but we're headed to a game 5, and YSL, they do it through the hard points.
Yeah, and that's where, I mean, it's just interesting because I think it's a major, that's where you saw a lot of
fuck.
FaZe, right? The hard point and the control. Here, though, not going to be the case. So how many Oh, they got a lot more. They got a lot more. I thought it was significantly less at first, honestly. 'Cause I just felt like 1 and 2, they were really struggling to get anything going. But that's a lot more than 7 points, like we saw in Garrison.
Yeah, a lot more, a lot better than 7. But it's one of those things when I think they have that good side. I know that
They
Bliss
won.
was probably
The fact that we went
about that start.
4
I can imagine
onto 110.
proud of the coach of the team. Yeah, he gets a little flustered when the boys make mistakes, but props to NYSL for getting that early flip. And well, Hydra, welcome to the league. You're playing phase to start things off, and you've got a map 5 to start things off. So we're going to be heading to the all-crucial search and destroy to see who's going to be the victor of our first series of the day. But got a happy New York. They're fired up. They're gassed up. They're looking to take this series over phase, and what a victory it would be. The 5th and final match up next.
La pipi. Pon el...
Download free now. Why do we fight?
Fuck. Para la Magnum no sé. La pipi. Mi KD aquí era, it went from a .50 ahorita está un 2.0. Que dice senior meeting on Tuesday. You can choose 9, 12, or 3. Meetings are virtual on Google Meet page. Lots to discuss. Wow. Oh, fuck.
Here we go. All 8 players locked and loaded, ready to rock into our final map. I was hoping for a good day to close out our London home series, and so far, so good. We've had a thrilling series, Joe. I don't know what to expect in this 5th map.
Fuck.
I can't wait to get rolling.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, you go to raid, and NYSL, they have not played this year, 0-0 on the year. This is their
Uy,
first time
ya me
not
muero, ya
playing
me
raid
muero, ya
all
me
season
muero.
long.
Me moría.
Some new maps from them. For what, Atlanta FaZe, they're 3-2. I think their only 2 losses are to Toronto Ultra.
Yeah.
Atlanta FaZe very aggressive. They play around that middle of the map. We'll see what NYSL has up their sleeve, though.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing that probably disrupted them a bit. Like, Ultra was the one team that maybe could match their aggression on that map, right?
Yeah.
When you think about Vance and Kleenex, and just in your face constantly, Cammy in there as well. Like, their aggression maybe disrupt the flow. So can NYSL do that? Not that that's the only way to beat them, but I feel like that's what we've kind of seen.
Yeah, you know, again, you look at the maps and modes, you see...
Wait, they're trying to get
Detroit,
A.
It's not peaked here, Miami, which I think you've seen a little bit more from both of these teams, so you have that map pop.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? Go with Atlanta FaZe, they go with raid, search, and destroy. Keep them uncomfortable, and yeah, they're probably surprised that was open.
And just a reminder on the stat line here from FaZe, the Game 2 victory. Celium,
What is he doing?
Easy. I mean, the first bloods, the 10 kills, he was doing it all, but when you talk about Game 5s and how these teams advance, Atlanta has a 4-1 record in Game 5s. New York has a 2-1 record in Game 5. So a little more reps there from the FaZe side of things.
He's won.
Winning record when it comes to that final match.
Only 2-1 for New York. I feel like, well, I guess that's true. The way their year has sort of been, it's been very like
smoke or get smoked.
Yeah, like 3-0-3-1 or get 3-0-3-1. Yeah, just not a ton of map 5s. I know they've had some crazy series, but I thought it was a little bit more than that. Yeah, there's stretches of just winning a lot or losing a lot.
I went to take my men's one-a-day vitamin to be very healthy, you know, as I am. And I spilled them all over the ground. I currently, as we get ready to cast this, have about 30 vitamins all over the floor.
Are you sure Copper doesn't come?
I obliterated him.
Sorry, I couldn't talk. I picked one up and was taking it. Nothing better for you than a floor vitamin. Here we go, map 5, FaZe. NYSL, we do the battle on raid.
Abajo de...
Battle. I like that.
We do the battle.
We're
Do
doing
the
the battle.
dance. You locked up the board, did a good battle, Joe. I don't know what that accent was. All right, let's just focus on the gameplay now, Joe. It's all you.
Alright, well, at a FaZe, they're just going to take the map control. It's all B, and this might work out if they can fly through pillars. That's Hydra and Asim. But now the reaction off of this, what Ephesian and Celium want to do? Are they going to put this bomb down? It's a little bit different. You don't really have a bedroom setup. They're going to try and take Kitchen away from the defensive team, and that'll work out. So you take their side now. You force them to come at you. BZ, set up inside your money room there, mate.
Yeah, he gets the first blood, he gets the second kill behind it, he gets the third. Now it's going to be a BZ working on an opening around Ace. Last player to crack down. Hydra, once again, welcome to the league. 1v2 to open things up. Can he take it? Not going to have his pot as he pushes out of that's my money room, where I store all of my cash. If you haven't checked out our map series, you need to. We've had a lot of fun.
Ow.
Map chat's a great time. Yes, please watch it. We would love that. But yeah, I mean, a little bit different look here from Atlanta FaZe on offense. You know, they just got, what, Tupac as their S&D coach, maybe bringing into a couple of new strategies. What do we usually see at A? It's sort of all about the mid-staircase, just playing the bomb, then backing up the bedroom, playing around that sort of default setup that we see. But they take Kitchen away. They don't want them to push out of money. They give them no room to work with.
I could listen to you talk about Call of Duty all day. I need to get it on, like, cassette tape, fall asleep for that at night instead of books. Woo! That would be good. You'd sell
Traigo munición.
Let's see what NYSL
I only have 8 rounds. Yay! I'm 13-1. Oh, one's 30-6. Oh wow.
2 first bloods through two rounds. Great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was really 2 mates. I think jumped onto one. Asim jumps onto one. Little crisscross action, but these are the rounds defensively Atlanta FaZe has to be better on. You have the man advantage. These retakes. Taking this as a squad, taking your time, able to work that one as Simp onto Asim. And this 2v4, they are all flying, but are these actually working through the middle of the map? I say, they don't give them a lot of room to work with. There's like no angles in. Oh, they do line up! How many people just died? Okay, 2. Okay, woof. I don't know, I wasn't sure. It was crazy.
Yeah, one was a team kill. But yeah, no, they were literally flying as a wolf pack there. Like, there were 3 FaZe members just hunting and isolating Mac. Then Clay put some shots and they all just turned. They were hungry for more, just go soaring at Clay. And yeah, it looked sketchy for a moment. Like, might have another scenario. People kind of line up and he's able to take down 2 or 3, but they get enough damage.
Bro, they're ass. I killed one. Con una pistolita.
Easy, great start from him. When you talk about the first bloods.
Oh, we haven't even captured B.
This is what we saw a lot of at the Major. I think before Major 2, it was a lot of B-site retakes where the offensive team would push back Laundry, they would get the bomb down on the defensive side, and then at the Major, it was a lot around A, and just working those bombs in that plant and then forcing them to sort of play around that bedroom setup. So we'll see how both of these teams adjust. Atlanta FaZe, they go right back to A.
We were losing
this
C.
This is going to be more of your default round. The only player is going to be a BZ pushed up at Tiki. Everyone else, they try and get around.
I got killed. I was on a streak.
He's the one covering the push through, and I think it's Hydra trying to work through from this position. He's going to have to go soon. I mean, there's only 30 seconds on this, but it's just like a guessing game. What side, what angle is he going to be taking? Look how slow he's taking this. This should be a 3v now for us.
Well, he doesn't want to break the glass because the glass would just let Arceus know that he's there. But Hydra's just waiting for his teammates. He's hoping after that first blood comes in that they can work something.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen. That's it.
That push through, regardless of what Mobius could just be.
Oh yeah, it's just which angle. Is he top on the stairs? Is he in the corner? Is he low stairs? Is he on the outer edge? Is he? It's not. Very difficult. It's a guessing game.
And that applies to a lot of spots on mini maps, but that one specifically stands out to me. It's just being mindful when you're trying to flank through that apartment side. But flawless so far from Atlanta FaZe. Going to be easy for Tiny Terrors combined to be 8-1 right now. This 3-0 lead just picking apart NYSL, but they'll get in for that kind of default quick flank. Two people working the flank from Atlanta FaZe, and yeah, like a different setup. You don't have somebody playing as deep as Arceus was. They're both going to be stacked up back to back. Exactly back to back. I'm watching either side of apartments here.
Yeah, but the glass breaks. VC has to break it. Sid now trying to get his trade, but Mac and Placer, they lock it down, and Clay with some nice.
They're dumb.
Telling him in that cutout, all down to Arceus and YSL able to bounce back much faster round, right? The nades aren't there. The team's able to work the bomb plan. Hydra can get pushed up into Tiki, but it starts with this play. Doing a great job with Mac in this position and great shots. Said he's gonna be 29 in a couple of weeks. He's still frying.
Yeah, I think he's going to probably tell people he's 29 for the next 5 years or so. He's going to stay 29.
Listen, dude, like,
no.
LeBron's like almost 40. He's still doing crazy things, so Clay's got it.
I mean, I want to see him win a major tournament at 30 years old. Has anyone done that? Not to my knowledge.
In COD?
Wait,
yeah, no, I mean, that might be one of those stats.
In another game, yeah. Not in COD, no.
No, like, that might not be passed for a decade if he's able to do that.
Location secure. Maintain current posture.
Oh, we have triple cap.
Play until 65 and retiring. It's a beautiful benefits package.
He's going to be playing so long his hands at the end. He's not going to be able to pick up a fork. Back. Nice shot there. To the top apartment to get the first blood. He'll push out the 4 and 3. Almost wall bangs Arceus as well. He's going to back down, but he has some help here. It'll be a 2v3. Make it a 2 versus 2. Nobody on Arceus, he's just behind the bed. We're able to
get there in time.
Can they get there?
Oh,
I think he just gets it.
Yeah,
just gets it. Like 7.8, able to grab it. Hunt him down to the bedroom. They get the defuse off just in the nick of time. Big round up there for Subliners.
And the adjustment there from NYSL, nobody on the flank, right? You get into that setup, but it's all about the aggression through Tiki and Adam Money. And then the last two players in Simp and Arceus to try to do their best. And Arceus right now, he gets that player, Clay, on the bomb in the 3v2, and he's hoping that he can buy enough time so that defuse can't come in. He's trying to play the clock. Do they think I jumped out of the window? He's just trying to waste as much time as possible. Every millisecond counts, but in YSL, able to get 2 in a row, and now Mac 5 in a row.
Yeah, old Big Mac, Mac attack. What do you want to call him? A chance for streaks. As it is Subliners now on the attack, and Mac find another opener. He's double positive, just trying to dodge nades. That trophy will help you out a bit, pal. That nade will not help you at all. That one won't help you either. Baxter. That sequence just looks so frustrating.
No trophy. The team nade, or well, his own nade hits him. It's on 5 in a row. He just wants to get a kill. But 2v1 for Clay. He's able to spot one. He spots the second. If Easy throws him a shoulder, now it's just a guessing game of which angle is selling him at. And he's guessing right, but the double challenge comes in. The advantage from the numbers are there.
Well, I think why that was so frustrating too is he got the trophy out, but then I'm assuming his own nade destroyed the trophy.
Yeah.
That allowed the nade to then come in and kill him. So like that, he just wants to put his head
Ay,
in
mijo.
It did not look like a fun sequence for Mac who was close to streaks.
Please, Mike, don't do that. No, please don't. Okay.
Necesitar un parche.
Recommend that. No.
No. Yeah.
Parece como Captain Garfio.
Yes, that's what I meant in game of yes, that's what I was going with, 100%.
Yep. I knew
Sin
that.
una
Just
mano.
to clarify.
Yeah, we need like one of those things that is going to be Hydra and Steam lighten it up. He's gonna max one with a pistol, I guess. I thought the pressure
Okay.
might be coming in from the first Mac and Hydra.
This is the same round we just saw last. Quick trades come in. This time though, it's a 1v2 for
muchas
Cell.
gotas.
He's guessing, like, where are they going to be coming from? Did he pick it up in time? He picks it up. Put the snap. Simply
0.67, how?
bring it to 4-3.
You've seen different attacks from Atlanta FaZe, right? You had the far aggression on the A site, then you just had the regular A plant. And I think that retake an OISL has is okay. Let's switch things up, try to get some ring control. Both times these teams were back rounds trying to get for B. Not worked out.
No
Good
trae
job on
cafeína
defenses, but it's gonna be
Okay.
what 3 players here
porque
from
me
Atlanta
dijo
FaZe early on.
tu novia que
But
le
he's
dijo
got
a
to
mamá
back
que
down. But you
comprara
have
esto,
numbers if
que te
you're
lo
in
pusiera
YSL
aquí,
now.
que
It's
echara
just a
los
skirmish
gotitas ahí
inside
por
the
loco.
ring. And who is it? It's Sip and Abizi from
No
on
trae
top
cafeína,
right
dice
now.
caffeine free.
Play.
Venga
Now on
entonces.
an island, his spot is
Venga,
now.
sí.
Shots coming in.
Hmm?
Good run, but yeah, simple and easy. Just beautiful work. Their finesse game and teamwork sometimes in those skirmish-like positions just so good.
Yeah, and selling that, man.
Te van
Somebody
para
gets to
con
that
tu tía, no se lo
van.
puede, ya no te lo voy a echar.
Honestly, when he gets to that position, we've seen him do some ridiculous things.
Yeah, his jump shot is just really clean.
Ya no te cala lo que te calaba.
Just the way he can finesse, a little bunny hop over the van, just beam somebody across. It's been truly impressive. Now sometimes you're going to have to rip off 3 straight rounds.
Bueno,
because
pues te
now
voy a
it
llevar.
stays tough, right? Passed out and out.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is secure.
Comeback moments and Sip nearly catches an 8 onto his toe.
Ciérralo, ciérralo, ciérralo.
You know, back to P. It's all about mid control. It's all mid control for NYSL. Plays able to stay alive. They push through Zig. They're able to take down RCs. They're able to find Cell. Zip and Abizi they have to try and challenge something, but they only have the 74 U's. And B has been shut down from both of these teams. Wonder now, what does NYSL want to do?
Hard point
Just get
contested.
us to around 11. Just get us to around 11.
I'd be cool with that, yeah. Give it up. 8 map 5 here. 10 and 5 for him.
Yeah, I mean, good job rebounding from that.
Contesting hard point.
Frustrating play inside a ring. Not that it was like that big of a deal, but sometimes those moments, again, you're
We're
a
going
little
back
bit.
to ring.
Let's go! You really have to have Selly in here with the spot. These teams, I mean, you've got pressure from mid-pillar.
¿Cuántas clases tienes el
A lot of
lunes?
damage in. Oh my god, I thought they were
Una
softened
nada
up.
más.
Hydra has been weak.
Secure.
Watch Clay now, too. Watch Clay. Clay's working on
Como
one there.
a qué horas
Clay is going to
saldrás?
try and find someone right in the middle of the map.
¿Cómo
And I
qué horas
think
sales,
he's
Iggy?
easy.
Porque el lunes
He's
no
not getting
tienes.
ready for this. And Clay, he's been the player hard this time. It's very fast along read. And Clay's able to work up through those mid-stairs.
No, pero ¿a qué horas sales de la escuela? Para que no pierdas la clase. ¿Como las 10? Ah, no.
5 seconds to go.
Voy a decir que me la den para las...
Trying to isolate one more before you get the bomb plant down. They do just that. Now, Sim,
O a la 1. Por ahí.
before he's taking a view of the outside of the map.
Acabo las chiquillas ahí que me esperan un rato.
His legs are broken.
No,
and
a las 2.
stop.
Que te las den.
Look, that's all right. Okay.
I don't know if I can survive that jump. I didn't
Ya si no salgo a esa hora, le digo a tu madre a ver si me puede ir a recoger, me las puede ir a recoger. Bueno, Jessica, porque sale más temprano, Jessica.
It's what we wanted. Give us the round of
Que yo sé.
magic. Hydra's debut series in the Call of
Sí,
Duty
porque,
League
porque,
going up
porque si
against
se
the
te mira ahí
top
la
team
esta.
in the game, and it comes down to one round
No
of
te
search
quiero
and destroy.
lastimar así algo. Que te lo saquen ahí.
The ring defense from Subway has been strong, but it's going to be the presence from mid-map, similar to what we saw. Simply trying to 5-week dodge. He gets hit down to about half HP. Now pressure to Stellium.
Wait,
It's
that
coming
doesn't
in
hit.
big.
It doesn't hit. So the timing of that blowing up and then them taking Z, I don't know if they're going to be ready for this.
Oh.
They are. Hydra is seeing here. That tactical blow.
Le echaron gotas.
Get a hit marker. I don't know if it flips on a piece of the map or what, or the timing just worked out that crazy. And they try to basically reposition themselves. They don't think anyone's in. Yeah.
Two. And there's 2 of them. Yeah, that's gotta be a frustrating moment for sure. But now it's like Stellium and RC try and clutch up. All right, one piece up. into a 2 versus 3. 35 seconds to go now, and Clay is just looming inside. It just feels like they're so trapped. They're so trapped. Now all on a cell. There's the trade. 1 versus 2. Ooh, Asim really gets put down. Able to get the bomb. He's now had eyes on both players.
It's a full flash. That's full. Yeah, you go.
The flash hits. The flood is in, and Subliners, they get the win. They rejoice, and Hydra, big fella, the French sensation, welcome. Is it the first series victory, and he is all smiles.
What a series from the sub. And the adjustments, what? They go down 3-0 in that map 5. The A site just was not working for them. But then able to get into that setup, they get around when it forces a lot of action to go towards B in the middle of the map. And that's where we've seen FaZe struggle at times on this map against Toronto Ultra. And they kind of match that. Every time they go ring, what is the response? Let's take Zig, let's take Art away. And they just can't get out of ring. NYSL pick them apart.
You love to see it, man. Now just think about it for FaZe. Like, you've got 3 losses on the year, 2 of them in a row. And
They what,
just,
2 hard points?
Yeah, you just wonder maybe what's going on a little bit on the FaZe camp. As I guess most of us expected, after the loss and the fashion they did in the final, to come in and just promote whoever they played next. Last time they lost, I can't remember who they played next. It was Ravens or someone, and that series was over in about 45 seconds. They just came in and thrashed them. That is not the case here. You got a 2-hour gauntlet. And if you were NYSL, I mean, what? Even the maps you lost, you play them tough, right? Like, you go to a
no me echaron un peco.
maybe the first not as competitive, but
Yo, no me gusta.
Yeah, there was a couple of rounds where they could have probably won. I mean, that's
Doble cheeseburger.
10 around 11, and then here they do a fantastic job.
No me gusta con anies ni pecos.
Defensively, they gave FaZe no room to work with. You saw the round 1 from FaZe where they just go mid. After that, it's all mid control. Just from Hydra, from Asim. They take it away.
We're going to take a look at the round 11 again. I'm not sure where it's going to begin out. This is going to be the tough play of the game. I'm wondering if we'll see that tactical again and that kind of frustrating sequence there towards Zig.
Because it feels like they're thinking we got to back away from this. Like, let's rotate off of this. So this is up. Okay, so I don't think he was there yet.
So was he on the other side of the ball? So he's still on the other side of the ball. Okay,
yeah, so
I thought he slid. I thought he slid on the close side. I was like, how did that not hit?
But Asim and Hydra take that away. I don't think they think they're in there. Because Cell gives a call out. I didn't stun anything. So they're trying to back away. Maybe go towards the A site. And then you're in a 2v4. And for a lot of people that watch, I tweet sometimes, like, what's an off angle? This is a bit of an off angle here from Playster. When you're entering ring from driveway or from top art,
Teletubbies.
maybe on one of the headies inside a ring.
¿Qué le pasó a los Teletubbies? Did they fell off?
Spot where you may not check it on your first go around, and they jump.
It's not your typical power spot, right? Like,
exactly.
Not your typical. It's a cover where
He disconnected.
Players set up over and over and over and over again. This isn't one, and you can tell why. It's not even chat. RC's just trying to get out to the van, thinking he's going to get shot from the window or shot from the top ring. Not from that position. So just incredible stuff, but. Yeah, this, we talk about timing and this being a game of seconds.
So Windows 10 didn't download it.
It's just an information game. If they know they're there, maybe they play a little bit differently. Maybe they fly out on H to Zig and try to get
Virus.
Oh, look at Hydra. What a series. 85 and 78, 1.09 KD. And again, a tough test against Atlanta FaZe. And he shows out.
And we're going to take a look at the Astro social soundboard.
¿Desde cuándo se murió Stephen Hawking? Que tiene mucho, ¿verdad? Yo pensé que era Beyond the Science Guy.
You love it. You love it. Hyped up, pumped up. They get the W. He's pumping his chest. You know if you're pumping your chest, it's a big W. NYSL gets the job. More matches coming up after the break.
My aim feel off. Como que no tengo aim assist. Depends on your FOV.
Four ways to play it. That's what I want. What's my opponent going to do? How am I going to counterplay them?
Oh, no wonder tenía independent. Oh, here we go, nothing famous.
Frank the zombie.
I will fight with honor. My weapon brings justice.
Hello, and welcome back to the Call of Duty
Blue.
League. Now, get back onto your chairs after falling off because we do have the results. We are represented by the US Army. Boy, what a ride it's been so far. We can't miss it. LA Thieves obviously takes London Royal Ravens to that unfortunate loss on their cards, but they beat them 3-1. And then, my God, New York Subliners beat Atlanta FaZe. Yes, you are hearing me correctly. They beat Atlanta FaZe in stage 3-2. This new-looking New York Subliners looking pretty damn hot right about now. But next time we've got a game for the Monkey Council Ultra version. Coming to us very shortly. But first, we've got to talk about it. Nameless, I've got you on the desk, mate, for a very good reason. Because you are the pro here, and I've got to know what you made of that series overall.
Yeah, that was amazing work from New York, especially in the hard points. I mean, you bring in Hydra, right, as this player comes from Challengers. You don't really know what his COD IQ is going to be like, and it was through the roof. I mean, he was looking like a vet out there. He just helped Clay through so much in the series. Clay was playing phenomenal. Specifically, right here, you see Clay waits for both players on FaZe to walk out from him, gets those kills, and immediately books into back jumps to try to block these spawns, forces FaZe in the back.
So esports is dead. Yeah, esports. That I said EA Sports. So el esports es como un World Cup, pero de games.
Playing in front tempo, just waiting for the players on FaZe, slowing down their push, and just being frustrating around the map. And that actually allowed Placer to focus more on himself, and that's why he played so much better throughout the series. What a spectacular performance out of the New York Subliners.
It was, and it came full circle. Look, and I literally remember you saying those exact words about Clay, taking the pressure off him, being able to do his job properly now as the main AR there. And that's exactly what happened. Hydra was a fantastic addition to this team, and he performed out last night. I tell you what, another addition is coming our way very shortly because we are seeing a brand new Empire
Oh, con la pista.
of fellow coming on board. We've got our Astro Social Sound.
I don't even know how Jeff did it.
Around fellow being here. We've got a lot of support, and rightfully so, because fellows coming on board. It's been a while since he's been back on the sticks professionally here in the Call of Duty League, and we're very excited to see him make his debut this season. But I've got to ask you, Anne, as pro player to pro player, you've been in these pressurized situations before. I mean, it's a lot to handle right now, but I want to know if you've got any advice for the young man coming into it.
Yeah, I mean, for Bella, he's got a lot of support, as you can see from our social soundboard. He's like the poster boy of the amateur scene, and he's competed at a pro level before. He's one of them, so he knows what to do. He's teaming with the three best teammates he's ever had in his life in this very moment.
A mí el que no me gusta es Zombies. 2,500 critical hits.
Robotic communication is criticized throughout this series.
I wish it was just like all get headshots. That would have been easier.
I'm excited for it. I very much am. I appreciate you so much, Nicholas. We're going to head to a quick break, but Spotlight, see what he made of that epic victory against FaZe.
That was fuck weird.
Nothing survives a headshot. Neutralized. Hostile corps eliminated. I will fight.
Human toes, boy.
My weapon brings justice.
Como dije a este Daquan, that he had a toe collection.
Nothing in the report about this place being haunted, is there? I hope not.
Ew.
These creatures, they're unlike anything we've ever seen.
I wonder if he actually had a toe collection. Que me dice que sí. Le robaron el toe collection y por eso no he hasn't streamed.
Whatever they did here caused the other creatures we've encountered.
No! Ow. Or just do 5, or just do 5 y luego ya leave and play Nuketown. Oh my god, I'm surrounded. Ya, porque ese está más fácil. I just play games, yeah. Oh fuck. No.
Well, we're feeling amazing. We went through some roster stuff, and after the end of it, you know, we figured out different configurations and figured this is the one that would work the best. After we figured that out, we kind of just only had a week or two of practice, but teammates for stepping up, including DiamondCon for being a vital part to our success. You know, Paco, Hydra, Asum, and Mac, you know, we've been playing and practicing really hard, and we've really been trying to get better, and so for us to come out and not only win a respawn for the first time against FaZe, but also take a series where we were down 5-3, it means a lot, and so I'm just proud of the boys, proud of the work we're putting together, and, you know, hope we threw a couple curveballs in there with the Vitos for the Atlanta FaZe boys.
For sure, man. Honestly, we kind of figured that your respawn was going to be pretty good. We saw what you did in scrims against LEG, and we thought, oh my gosh, don't mess with this. This is ridiculous. But you mentioned it took a little bit of time to find that right formula for your team. So what do you think, from your experience, Hydra brings to a team that perhaps was missing before?
I'll be honest.
I need 2 more camos.
Unknown, especially to a lot of
Yeah, I got a golden viper.
And his English is a lot better. I mean, he can speak COD as good as anybody can, and he brings just some raw talent, some slang, and you really saw it in that series. You know, that Garrison
Hydra?
control, I messed up my
Is it Mexico?
with the Apocalypse Hardpoint, and the Garrison control would have haunted me the first two offensive rounds if we didn't win. But Paco just brings a consistent level of
Le dicen
playing
Paco.
to the team that really helps. And, you know, like even in the first map, he was right up there with me. We were both going off, and he was a vital part to our success. And that's really what we need. Like, we need some slayers on the team. We need
No, se me cayó el queso.
up and drop 1.2s, drop 6k damage. And really, Hydra just comes in, says one shot, I'm lagging, and just smokes people.
Well, I'll tell you what, Clay, it's certainly bringing out the best of you guys. I can see an incredible team coming in, and I can't wait to see where you go from here. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Congratulations. epic stuff, man. And we'll see you for the remainder of stage 3.
Yep, thanks a lot. Let's go subliners, baby! Woo!
There we go. Let's go, NYSL. So there you have it. You've heard from Clay himself. Incredible insight into that.
A mí no me gustan los subliners.
That they're going to continue going from stride and strength to strength.
Subliners no me gustan.
But tell you what is incredible is the game that is coming your way next with our game field option that's still waiting to be played. Ultra versus Empire. It's going to be absolutely epic. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you after the break.
that looks cool. Con gold. Golden Viper. After 2 more guns, y agarro Plague Diamond. Y voy a tener 3 out of 9. Para Tarkator. Oh, ARs. Primero fui Tactical Rifle, y luego fui con SMGs, y luego voy con ARs. Luego voy a ir con Specials, luego Melee, luego Launchers, luego Shotguns, luego Pistols, luego Snipers y luego LMGs. Va a ser mi final. We probably bought it. ¿Cuánto le tomó Jeff? 3 weeks? 4?
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome back to the London Home Series. It's our final match of week 1, and it is time for the Game Deal marquee match. And yo, I'm excited. We've got a doozy on our hands. Empire Ultra looking to fight it out to the victory.
Yeah, a rematch just a couple of weeks ago from our major in that losers final ultra on that losers bracket run. They were able to take down Empire 3-1. So we're going to see some of the maps from that series. I'm excited to get into it.
I am too, but let's check out our Game Deal featured player. Of course, it's got to be Fellow. Newly, check out our Game Deal featured player. Of course, it's got to be Fellow. Newly into the lineup. We've been casting this guy for ages. The game changes. We don't know the ins and outs of stuff all the time. Even when something like Methods went down or Major Mania.
Fellow.
There's been some where you
He's a wannabe Pharaoh.
This one just it boggled my mind when I first read the statement.
Yeah, I mean,
Pero de Dallas Empire.
He could have been stage 1 MVP. He was unbelievable throughout that stage. But as you said, we are not in their house. We do not hear what is happening on a daily in practice. And you sort of said it there in the statement. Fellow has been popping off in challengers. But his last couple of years, he's won some challengers events. He's been on a top 4 team consistently. From the Fellow of the old, it's a lot different. You're used to him with a sub. He's going to be running that flex. So Illy is going to be running that second sub machine gun player. So he's going to be running that Krig. I'm excited to see it, though. I think Fellow has a lot of strength.
Competing since Ghosts.
He's been on some of the best teams in the world in the past, and he could be a great addition to this system for sure.
El Fellow.
I don't know if it'll help or hurt Illy, but he's probably been one of the X Factor guys, probably the most up and down.
Ahí estamos, ahí tenemos un Pharaoh.
Maybe putting Fellow in that spot.
Rest in peace, Pharaoh.
That well, kind of opens things up for the other players on the team, and they can see some improvements. But it's just kind of wild. It's not that often you see who many consider like a top 5 player in the game to be benched. And we don't know all the ins and outs of it, as he said, but it is definitely wild to see. But let's get into it. Let's meet our squads. We've got the new look Dallas Empire.
The cause of the dimensional breaches encountered. Strike team, get down there.
Well, look at the new squad after the crazy and wild change. Fellow now into the lineup. Illy, Crimsix, and Shotzzy. As you mentioned, Fellow into the flex. Illy into that SMG role. Where do you see this maybe benefiting, Joe?
Search and destroy is probably key, but I think pacing. You sort of talked about it. Illy, I feel like when we've watched him, he's going on these giant swings. He's been a very fast flex player. And maybe him in that submachine gun role is a little bit more natural. Will maybe help out Trim a little bit more. Maybe that helps out Shotzzy. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Because we saw Illy last year in that sub position. Be a little bit more selfless, and yeah, we'll see if that makes them a better team.
I know Shockey and Ellie kind of came into this thing together, spent so much time playing together. Maybe having them run around this stuff together could be great for the team. We'll have to wait and see. But they might be your reigning champs from the inaugural season of the CDL, but your reigning champs for the last major, it is the Toronto Ultra. Let's check out the Beast, Toronto.
They're losing.
What a fun time it was to watch this team throughout the last major and make that run to take it all. Man, Cammy, Insight, Kleenex, they were firing on all cylinders, clicking in ways we had not seen them do before. And the question coming into this was, will we still see that team? Because sometimes you hit that pinnacle, you hit that high, and it's tough to maintain that. I'm excited to see if they can do it.
Yeah, I think it would probably be the same question, but it's a little different with like a new Empire. But for Toronto Ultra, as you said, it's just continue to make those adjustments, continue to play at that high level, and hopefully they can keep forming. Because as you said, it's a ton of fun to watch throughout that major. Some maps and modes here, some maps that we saw from the losers final. Both the hard points are the same. That raid control is also the same. So, checkmate hard point, Dallas Empire was able to win. Raid control and raid hard point, surprise, surprise, Ultra won those two. So we'll see what adjustments Empire can make, but Ultra, I'm sure they're happy to have those in the map set.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, it's hard to take a lot away from that just because there is such a major change on the Empire side. And maybe, I don't know if that makes things a little more difficult for Ultra because we have this different roster you're looking at. We talk about honeymoon periods all the time, but I guess my gut tells me, do your thing. I like you're worth a major, you're winning this series.
Yeah, I think so, right? Just continue to play with that form. You know, if there is a game mode, maybe for Toronto Ultra to see, like, where can we improve moving to go forward, it probably is our point. Our point throughout stage 2, they were 9-11. 5-9 without raid. You have raid in this series. That's been like their go-to. But there's definitely some opportunities to play and adjust that map pool, right? There's a target on your back now. People know how good you are at certain maps. We're gonna have to adjust.
Yeah, I think teams always, well, that's a nice opening break for Empire. I think teams always respect it, Ultra, and their ability, but it's just a different conversation now. You're the team being hungry.
Exactly. What did they do right? Like, what was so right that they were doing? And how can we match that? But Empire right now, 4 down, 4 down, early time as Illy is strafing back and forth.
Yeah, it doesn't get a whole lot cleaner than that off the break.
I feel like my eye is gonna pop.
Action. This is Craig, lighten it up.
Come on, Rey Mysterio.
I know we've seen an AR in his hand at times over the past years, but I just picture him holding forward with a submachine gun. I've commentated in the past, so this will be fun to watch. But yeah, 4-0 start. Feel pretty good, make it 5. You can't take me down. My name is Fellow. I'm an absolute beast.
Yeah, this is a game fuel featured player. 5-0. Can he back up, earn some streaks? The heads up play there. 37 points off the start for Empire. Second hill is about to pop. It's already on the good side. You'd love to get some early streaks from him. They get pressured by 2. The shoulder comes in, finessing around, playing his life. Kleenex, though, dropped it, but on the hill, it's Shotzi opens up with that engagement. But a beautiful start here from Dallas.
Yeah, just his movement, like YY, is freaking me out. Like he's still, even though he's running an AR though, he's still cracked, Joe.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, Meg, when we get to a listen in, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna laugh. Just wait until you hear it.
I'm used to him like screaming and never shutting up. Like, literally never shutting up and listening is what I think of his style.
Just wait.
I'm looking forward to it. But I think that just shows maturity and age and wisdom as you continue on and grow older and continue to compete.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, well, why did I do that? Like that ended up hurting a lot of the things. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. Cammy Bant's gonna slow things down, but again, nice start from Empire. You have the good side. You chain 1 and 2 together. Now Ultra gonna try and retain that map control, get on that hill, and keep Dallas Empire spawned on that right side of the map. You can kind of get them into a bit of a spawn trap, but Azili find that kill under the hill, and now it's time for shots to fly through that plane.
Kleenex doing everything he can to make sure they can't plug through the back. Get that flip into the hard point, goes Empire. It looks like clips that 100-point mark, but Insight is here. He's got fights to deal with in every direction, and finally he will be taken out. You love to see Illy lighten up in the kill feed with that SMG, and he's a guy that I don't think we'd be shocked to see him do it all. He's a very versatile player, and I'm really curious because you mentioned maybe this pacing will work out a little bit nicer for him.
Well, even like Grant, like he's not really been like a main AR throughout his career, right? He's always been a little bit known to take a lot of challenges, be a little bit quicker, and maybe just that combination of both of them caused some pacing issues in this and that. So who knows? I'm sure they've had all these different theories that they've talked about, and this is what they finished with. But fellow, 11-4, they're up almost 100 points as we head to our fourth hill.
Our game field feature player is popping off, and out of Friends POV we go with 45 left on our fourth hard point. And Ultra, if you're going to make a run, you better do it now. 4 and 5 have got to be solid because you're in a big deficit. Give them a lot of time to first and second. This is where you need to rally back. And we've seen Ultra or a team like FaZe bring some massive comebacks on this map. You can have some huge swings. I just think it has to start here.
At least, get them off that time, control this map, and get to that fifth hard point. Where the Muddy Hill is on checkmate, but Dallas Empire is giving them no room to work with. Just looking at the top right, Illy 14 kills, Fellow 14. Two numbers out of those two, and they're taking their time. Now here comes Shots. He flies on out with that ridiculous movement we know he has. But already almost 150 points after 4 hills is Empire cruising right now.
This is where he got to go huge. It wasn't as clean as fourth as he had hoped if you're an Ultra fan. You've got the position now for number 5, the final hard point before we get into our next set of rotations. And Cammy doing what he can to slow down the approach. That's a lovely little wall bang headshot onto Illy. They get 3 kills in a row. They get that map pressure. They're stacking up towards the back steps of the plane. Slow down this infiltration from Dallas Empire. Shotsy tries to let slide to get across. It's not going to be fast enough to dodge the bullets of Cammy, and effective trades for Ultra. Keep them in the point. 4 in a row now for Kleenex.
Yeah, I think if you're Empire, you probably should be trying to control plane here. Get set up for this first hill. Ultra, they're flying. Look at that. The spawn flip comes in. Vance goes on through. They get 3 kills. Dallas all the way back left. Beautifully done out of Toronto. This feels like the kill feed a lot more purple than the last couple of hills. There's somebody he did on that 5 in a row.
Any ideas
and he finds some streaks. We head back to our first hill. Now Dallas has to really focus again.
The flip was just beautiful. Just beautifully done by Ultra. Now the pressure on Empire.
Gotta find him.
Where is he? Peekaboo. The pressure in this, you're still up quite a bit, but you need to try and get a flip here if you're able to. But Vance is still.
Vance has stayed alive forever behind this desk.
For so long. Empire finally gets to the position, and Kleenex warm up and continue. These fights just do not look fun at all. Just take the gunfight through. Finally, Fellow will be the last man standing. Just under 20 before the next hard point passes. Ultra still in a solid position, but they don't have anyone super deep. I thought for a second maybe somebody might spawn behind, but they're okay.
Yeah, Shots trying to flip on through, tries to snake through, and but was 100 point lead down to 50 seconds. You have this spawn control group, number 2. And, breaking hard points, who at times, looking at the control of Dallas Empire in the past, hard point at times, who was that guy that maybe pop a 2-piece and put up that map? To me, it was who?
Oh, pues todos estaban newbies back then.
Some ridiculous plays to put them in positions to win the map. Holding hills, rotating, they've been great. Breaking the setups, not so much so far.
Nada era meta, nadie sabía cuál era el meta. Now they do.
All of these players, top caliber, able to make that big play. Some just do it a lot more often than others. Hoops was a guy that consistently just seemed to find those openings when it seemed not possible. Now, who's going to pop up with that magic? But now, that huge lead, it might be a lead change. Ultra looking to go on top of the final 10 seconds of the second hard point. What a comeback it has been.
That certainly has 3 hills in a row. 5, the first back to number 1, and then this second hill. Lead change does not come through. You had a little bit of contest there from Shotsy. Was that a sneeze?
Oh, they're not mutant time. I tried so hard, but I was
It's
like,
okay. I just want to, you know, God bless you. I hope you're okay. There we go. Back in the game.
That hurt my face. I'll be honest with you, Joe. That was surprised me. Came out of nowhere. Wow. I'm all right. Must have been the floor vitamins, probably covered in dust, but that was difficult. 21 point
Copper
advantage.
hair just in your nose, yeah.
Oh, probably. The fellow, our game field feature player, he's sitting at 17-17. Not able to take that win onto Cammy. We'll see once we get out of kind of the mixer hard point here in third. We go to fourth, fifth, rotation the next. Who gets the edge? Just so brilliantly done by Ultra. And Empire answer the call.
This is a nice zone from Empire. They had about 30 seconds to, bustle their lead to about 40.
Report.
And head back to fourth. You can see the way Insight's playing it because they have that left side control. Trying to break through the middle of the plane. Joshy and Illy though on the hill with the 74 Joshy with 3. Able to take that gunfight, but Kleenex responds. And all the numbers in the world, that hill control, they try to get aggressive, the nade hits. They get taken down and they have to refight back into it.
The tissue, once again an issue. I also may need a tissue. Well, what a job there from Kleenex. Clean up the scraps, but Empire's still here. This lead out once again, approaching a 50-point advantage. This is the sequence where Ultra were so strong. They do it again. Key gunfights going down. Kleenex again being a beast, but fellow ready and waiting for that trade. Insight there though to follow it up, and spawning out deep right will be Empire. You've got a nice start here at the fifth hard point for Toronto Ultra.
Yeah, but this is the thing though with Checkmate, right? You get out to a big lead, then hills like 3 and 4 pop up, and what? We saw the third hill, 30 points, right? The fourth hill was like another 30 points in Empire. We're able to accrue, and now you're up to 223. So this puts you in a position if you're Empire. You can throw a push or two at this if you want, but then you can just focus on the rotation at first and making sure you have early playing control. So here comes that push. They have a lot of pressure because you have Illy inside of Wood. Pushing the spawn, but on the hill, it is Bance. It's been Bance and Kleenex. Shotzi, though, going to fly on in. Disrupt the setup.
Oh, I love Benjamin Bance. I was streaming all week. My title was Bald Bance. Well, he's a beast. I just want the guy to continue to fry. It's been great to see his turnaround and success, and they're going to need him in a big way if they're going to bring this back. Down to 30 now. Final seconds starting to tick. Now, can they get the flip again? It's not looking to be the case, as that's Bance spawning deep, but they got several kills. Now they start to...
Oh yeah, I forgot I got golden para rocket launcher, para Sigma.
Well, that was huge,
I just need the RPG.
Yeah, that's all for dead. I mean, they get a little aggressive there. They don't have playing control. What can Illy do? The wall bangs are in. Fellow spawns behind them. Illy and Shotzi on the hill, creating a pinch. You see the spawn flip. They have to get Insight off the hill. Insight's able to get 2, though. Insight gets both of those. This is worst case scenario for Dallas Empire.
Insight, you are nasty, my friend. Kleenex there with the help onto the point. They go. The hip fire will hit. His streak continues. Now 5 in a row for Insight. Kleenex shutting them down in and around the plane. 30 seconds left to go on the point, and technically they can win it here. So if you're Empire, you have to think about the flip for seconds, but you also have to contest to get them off the point. They get the contest long enough to make sure they can't win it. 227. 227 as the flurry goes down in mid, but who's that pushing through? That is Illy, but it's Kleenex picking it up, making sure nobody leaks through the cracks.
And that's huge from Kleenex, right? Realize the situation we're in. We're not going to win it here. They're not going to win it here. Make sure we have the spawns. We're going to go to the second hill. They get all 3 kills. Bance now up to 30. He's backing up, making sure they have the safe spawn. Shotzi now. It's his turn, and I like this, taking his time. He's got to wait for his teammates to come off a spawn. Here we go. It's going to come down to this break. And Dallas
Empire. QVZ gold.
242. 242. Empire desperately looking for an opening to fall.
Tengo la Type 6.
Here comes the key gunfights around the point. Bance it inside. They lock it down. It's an ultra. Map 1 win. And all 4 players at some point in the final minute and a half went huge for the squad.
Yeah, again, it's that rotation from that B5 to the first hill. They did it both rotations. You just have to think of your Empire. Slow it down a little bit. You don't have to overextend to the 5th hill, and then they end up getting caught. Then Insight with that individual play, I don't know how he stays alive. It's a 3-on-1 on the hill. And he's able to take down 2. He causes the contest to come in. His fellow out. His team gets the spawns. They're able to hold on. Hey man, it's a big comeback from Toronto Ultra.
Unbelievable. You go down so big, you bring it back. Around half.
What's that big guy? Oh.
It out with the ice. Let's take a look at the final moments yet again. Scoreline 210-227. Empire in the lead at this point. Go, take me through some of the big, crucial moments of this.
Well, right before this is when Insight got two, and we saw that fellow spawned out. So because Insight's position on the plane, he flips the spawns, and now they're just taking their time. You see number one Candy playing very safe. He doesn't want anyone to sneak on through. And I think in the past, right, the old Ultra, we would see them maybe panic a little bit in these moments. Someone would make the wrong play, but they continuously played safety. They know that they have to go to the second hill. Ow. The next time is able to pick up the spawns. They take their time in this scenario. And, you see Shotzzy get the first blood, but they play very close around those spawns and make sure they don't lose this setup. And all those gunfights, right at that moment, you love that. 3 dead right before the hill pops. Look how long Dallas Empire has to go across the map.
And Joe, think about what plagued this Ultra team, you know, before the roster swap and even a little bit after. Talked about this, right? We talked about it over and over again. Those tight moments, and I just got to feel, and maybe you experienced this, maybe you've been on a team that was struggling. I think a tournament win does wonders for that. Does absolutely wonders.
It does. It's a confidence thing. It's the decision I'm making will be the right one. Why is that? It's because we're champion.
Oh my fucking god.
Ultra, they're living it up. As their reign of dominance, the terror continues. Ultra take a victory into the break.
Ultra ganó otra vez. Le ganó a Empire, le está ganando a Empire 1-0. Damn, they actually did good. Oi. Imagínate de la nada, take one. Thumper, please. No, XM4 no, ya la tengo. He fell off. No. No. The Shroud? Not the streaming? He plays Valorant. I thought he played like Tarkov.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
I was about to say, what? What?
The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenny, the official hardware for CBL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
A thrilling game one to kick off our final series of week 1 of the London home series. Ultra go down big, they bring it back.
Oh, that game. Ese está free en el PlayStation. I don't know if it's good though.
I mean, continue to have, strong performances and us being in control, 13-2, but you're going to have to understand that this is the time to adjust strategies, right? People are going to be studying your defaults. You have to switch things up to keep that record. We've seen a lot of teams struggle with that. Vance and Kleenex need to control the pace and keep Bello and Ilion on play. You saw that in the second half of the game especially. And it proves our point. If there's one area that you can step up, it is in the games 1 and 4, a game 1 victory there for Ultra.
Yeah. We say this about so many teams, like, Rocker could improve in this one thing, or Optic could improve in this one thing. They get so much better, and you feel like right now, man, if Ultra's hardcore gets better, what a threat they continue to be. But their opponents, Dallas, their game field keys to victory, Joe.
With who's on the bench, who's going to be a star? For me, it's Shotzzy. I think they know that as well. I need to see Shotzzy hit another level. He was improving from stage 1 to stage 2. You have to see it.
Hook the nuke. He's benched. I don't know why. The Dallas Empire. He's benched. I don't know why. It's literally a stupid decision to put a nuke. I mean hook.
Could help Billy Bell improve search and destroy attack rounds where they rank 10th in the CDL. So maybe Bello has different looks on offense. Maybe Illy can find a couple openers that he might not have been able to find. But we'll see if they get better in search.
Yeah, no, I think it's so interesting to watch when a new player comes in and what modes it affects, what modes has the biggest impact on. But you nailed it there. I mean, 10th has not a good rank out of 12 teams. We'll see if maybe there's some improvements. And maybe what Fellow, a lot of times we'll say, whether it's a difference in search from region to region or a difference in search from maybe the pro to the challenger scene. I'm sure Fellow has got to have some insight and looks that maybe they aren't used to or haven't thought of.
Well, I think, Curtis talks about it in interviews and whatnot. Fellow has already really helped them in their search, try to give them something a little bit more. So, he's been integral to that. But 100%, it's different when he's on the team. Maybe he has a little bit more to say. Has a different way of, maybe he hits one bomb site versus the next. A different position.
Before he was even in the roster, %.
Correct. Yeah, because he's been a sub for Empire. He's signed on as a sub. So, yeah, he's helped them in the past in search.
I think...
I want to play Black Ops 1.
Yes, as you said, it's got to be so different when he's actually in the lineup.
I bought it y luego dice que no lo tengo. Because remember que I played it, ¿verdad? Jugamos el zombies ahí. Ay. Y no. Él dice que no lo tengo. I'm like, bruh.
Inside and Kleenex are here. Shotzi is
no.
Teams are trying to push on that. That was a fast A and mid hit from both teams, just battling it out. Now down to Crib. From 1 versus 2.
I hope he's thinking maybe inside a reload or maybe he'll reposition.
SPS.
He just continued to
wow. Ultra just.
He does have time to work with. Bomb obviously in a tough spot. Got just around 40 seconds to go. Less than that to actually work the plan, but pushing his way forward.
Oh fuck. Ya me voy a morir.
Trying to get the spot. He should have gotten the call on Shotzi. Where's the gunfight?
Hey, got that slide. Inside must have heard that slide. Yep.
Here come the nades. They still have utility to work with. He's going to try and hop back on it. It's just so stressful. It's so hard to do to try and work that plan. I mean, if they had no utility to use, no nades, maybe he gets the plan away clean as a chance, but the second he tries to work this... Oh, and well, I mean, Shotzi was in trouble regardless. If he didn't push forward, there's a nade landing directly
at him.
So.
He kind of knew it was good. He was trying to play his life, trying to get out, but inside able to find 2. Early aggression from front. Ultra giving them that a lot of map pressure. Just from that spot, yeah, with the nades hit, and Trim's like hoping. He's hoping to catch one, maybe over the first to 1v1 and then get the bomb down. That's a tough spot for him.
Insight. I think sees both of them across. There should be a lot of information.
Oh shoot.
It looks like they've been wrapping back as well.
Neutralized.
Here goes on the fight. Fellow able to combine, 8 down 2. We've got numbers here. It's kind of a live, actually kind of a 2-on-2 for a second until Shotzi tracks across the map to get involved in the action. But Ultra want to play this. It looks like they want to try and wrap it out. Shotzi did spot.
Fuck, I'm surrounded now.
Where do I go?
What?
Crim starts to hunt on forward as well, and you're just trying to find nobody to throw.
Still have Fellow in that back alley spot. That's where he's able to find one kill and then Trim rotated on in to help him out. Just shouldering play information. They win 1, not able to do so. He's hoping to find it. But still, another tough scenario where the offense has to work a bomb plan with not a lot of time remaining. Checks the angles.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crim just gets evaporated. Now Shotzi's ankles are getting mauled. Feels like he's got to go. Hold that, buddy. Right onto his waist. A little grenade belt. And he is blown to smithereens as Ultra go up 2-0.
I swear to God, if Ultra beats the Empire 3-0, that's going to be embarrassing.
And it ends up being the worst one possible, where he gets caught.
Para ellos, like,
trying to jump
wow.
on that balcony, get that kill. Really nice looking over his
Just kind of
teammate.
necesito.
Watching. It feels sometimes like when you're winning.
They're 2-0 in search and destroy.
This goes your way, no matter what. And the confidence in each other. When someone makes a decision, there's no questioning. You just do it because you trust in one another. And how do you build trust? It's, yeah, one of your major titles that's probably up there is one.
It's got to be, yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about Vance getting the confidence. You know, he was at one of the lowest points in his career. It seemed like it, but for the whole team, it's just, confidence is huge. It's anything, if you're playing professionally, whether it's as a, you know, an athlete, a esports player, confidence is key, without question.
Offense here. Looks like they were just like trying to wait maybe for someone to get aggressive on the flank. I don't see, sometimes I gotta get these settings. I don't know how to see some people sometimes. Like Bella was spotted, Vance now putting the jump shots into Alien. With this position, I think this lets Ultra know there's probably gonna be a V hit. Sooner or later, you still have Prim lurk in the middle of the map.
You got monitor presets, but one that's just Miami.
Well, just this game sometimes. These guys see everything.
Yeah, they certainly do. That's because their faces on the screen. Fellow seeing if he can bring it back. Not easy fight with the pole there, but Insight does drop one. The swarm comes in. Fellow will fall, and Ultra round by round running away with this map too. Boys are nasty. I love this Ultra team. I do. I love it. I'm an Ultra fan.
You know,
I need more Ultra stuff to wear.
Miami,
I like the
Miami
camo,
socialized
the Ultra.
it's sort of around who can win that offense. And we just saw that in round 2 with Ultra. So
Me lo voy a
you see
comprar.
this run like a 2-1 and Empire has that chance to bounce back and tie it up. But that offensive win, that clutch from the two players, so important in round number 2. And now Vance 5-1 in a row.
I got to go back and watch all of his spots and how it changed. I talked about the raid one. You know, with Insight coming in, some spots and methods, but it just feels like he's been freed up a lot more on all the maps, man. Like his turnaround and search, just being an ISO player sometimes, like, I don't know. He just seems so much more comfortable. 5-1 right now, doing it all.
Rotate back. It was slow B. You do have Kleenex staying, just in case there's somebody that pushes through. But this should fall to Shotzi. Vance did this earlier. Got Civic to spot him.
Imagine I go blind, my whole career is gonna be ruined, dude.
Okay. So Vance is just running laps.
Porque necesito los ojos para welding. No, that's gonna be sad.
What timing did he just get? Could be beautiful, could be
Me,
horrible.
creo que me cayó algo de welding. Like, no estaba jugando, sino que estaba. Creo que era con la grinder. Me cayó algo en el ojo.
So it's a 2-4 retake, and yeah, good luck with this. I mean, there's just so many positions you have to clear in this parking garage. Everybody's able to get out with their life all down to Grim now. Now 1v4 finds the first, but only so much time to work with.
So much.
That's the only thing I'm scared. I'm gonna go blind.
Based on Insight's position, he's trying to hunt him down, get shot in the back.
Illegally blind.
The fourth on the board. This has been a dismantling of Empire so far.
Ahorita ya.
Oh, that's Rotella.com.
Yeah, I was wondering too. Yeah.
Shots from Cammy. Not easy to do. I know the Krig is a beam, but still, that range. Impressive shots from Cammy.
No, but as you said, it's about Illy, right? Just if he drops down and there's two in front of him, 2 kills.
Luego, you know how welding te está quitando la vista every time. Yeah, look at it. I think I'm gonna get legally blind.
Can add a fourth onto it. When they get in a rhythm and search, sometimes they are just burying people.
You have a different defense, but you don't have anyone. This is a B site.
Line
you
it
have
up.
ace box, please.
Line it up.
Please tell me you have ace box.
Oh,
I think we did. I think we had an ace spot.
We absolutely did. I love
that
it.
makes the nerd in me just go a little crazy. I loved it.
A little tingle.
Yeah, a little tingle in all the right places. Here we go.
I saw like the Cloud Mobile clip. You told me to watch that Clay like 4 tweeted.
Yeah, got bouncing off a tree. I mean, listen, back in the day, I used to have some nerdy ones in Search and Dom. I love it. Just that little extra.
Well, Empire, they get their first round on the board, so no 6-0 here for Ultra. Final POV from Illy, maybe something to get him, into a rhythm. I believe that's his first kill in the game.
And that's something like, you know, I said try new things, try out new strats, and there might be a different look than what we've seen. A big stack through the middle of the map. When you think there's somebody on B and the nades connect, unfortunately for them, there's just a trophy in that spot. If there isn't a trophy down, that might be a kill. It might be a first blood for Kleenex. I'm not sure.
More pro in Call of Duty League. If I go legally blind.
I'm not sure if it was.
Be the first guy que tiene with face with one eye.
For a second, but you have to.
Yeah, there it was.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Watched it 5 times in a row.
Yeah, and right before he wall based, dude go to side of the wall. Yeah, so.
Yeah, no, the whole sequence is absolutely insane.
It's obnoxious. Yeah. It's great.
I like yelled out loud. I was like, what? Got man advantage here if you're Empire. And might get caught. Just able to slide away, but he's going to need some help. Well, he doesn't slide away. Illy's got the angle on the cross, so Empire's chance to chain together multiple rounds. Crim overstays his welcome. Cammy's got the gunny. But time problematic.
It's a Crim shot right there. He just wants to take it. Yeah. Well, Illy with a big round. The lineup is in. He has 3. Couple of kills last round, so much needed from Illy. Now you get 2 rounds in a row, but the problem is you gotta win another offense. We'll see what they're able to do here.
Seeing nice adjustments you're liking from the Empire side?
I mean, I just want an offense, and that's, you know, defensively a little bit more standard for them. I'm sure Illy's in new positions. He doesn't have Hook with him. Like, this is going to be, same with NYSL, like, the hardest game mode to work with. You only have limited repetitions. Getting everyone on the same page.
I love this view. It's just beautiful. Take a look at the Miami Beach. Oh, sensational from our observers. It's out on his boat. The USS Vance, just locking it down.
Oh, wow, I think that's his actually.
So. It didn't make any sense with him being, Europe and also playing for Toronto team. Yeah.
Fine.
I needed to do better there. But Vance from the boat makes him pay. 8-3 now with the first blood. And the long distance one, fellow, you better get out of there.
The real question is, like, how do teams try and work this angle? Well, he's just going to take his time. He's in the sand. He's quiet. Crim. He's able to work the pick. And they find another offense win. This would put them right back into the game. 3 rounds in a row. Illy, though, with the bomb, trying to get across to the B-bomb site. Yeah, fellow all the way pushed up.
Cammy's just, I thought he was going to try and push through, but they wrapped back. Crim still hold it. He will fall inside all alone. Empire do it again. Another offensive round win. And that's a big one, because you're in a 3v4 after the first pick from Vance. A key kill from Illy. Nice one here from Crim in map as well.
There we go. They get their 2 offensive wins. That was the difference in the score. Now can they find another defense? Illy up to 5 in a row. Toronto also want to go with it. It seems like they've really been kind of trying to work a pick, but just last second heroics at B. They go back towards B, and there's a triple stack here. 3 players playing from Dallas Empire. Illy so aggressive with Fellow inside a parking garage.
Is he going to catch him? Is he going to catch him? Cammy should have had a kill. Kleenex there as well. I swear his 74U is killing in 2 bullets, just flying at people like that. The one top purple just blowing up as he hits it. Crim by himself, 1 versus 4. Bomb planted for Ultra. He may be the GOAT, but good luck, Sarah.
And the timings that Illy has had a couple of times on defense, those are tough. I mean, the shots he gets blooded, and then you see Fellow and Illy kind of readjust. If they keep going the way they were going, I think they're fine. But with Shotzi dying right here, Fellow's like, okay, crap, I have to turn around, and I have to pick up top purple. So he gets caught rotating. Right here. Then Illy's like, all right, he turns around. If they both kept moving forward, they probably would have found 2 kills. But with Shotzi dying there, I like the setup. I like the aggression. But I think Shotzi just needs to wait on them. And once there's contact, I think that's when you fly out of that balcony and set up a pinch. We don't see a lot of parking garage aggression, but I think that has to be one little adjustment. Shotzi needs to play his life so that doesn't happen.
Okay. Another thing I need to review if we go to an Empire shot again, it's not good to play games in the dark. It's a strain on your eyes. And I believe that Illy is a little too dark on that job.
No, I mean, he's always played like that.
I know. It's not good for your eyes, Joe. Things you worry about when you're 36.
Well, is that one of the things you actually worry about? Because I don't think you worry about too many things.
What? Mature.
Your eye health, I bet that's definitely up there.
Yep. Ultra. One more round and take it. Vance does a lot of damage on two players, but doesn't get enough healer shots to Millie. They've got a little trophy dance over here as they're trying to stay up. And I don't know how low they got hit, but it felt like Vance got 5 or 6 hit markers.
While this is going on, Cammy and Cleanus are taking away box control. Fellow might get caught here. And I think he is. This is going to be a freebie. Yep, poor Cammy. So they move up, they take that position away. When they're working that A side, I love that from Toronto Ultra. Insight gets the first blood. Ultra up 2-0 in the series.
They dominate early. They
Wow.
4-0 in Empire. Maybe some adjustments and improvements, but not enough.
Pobrecitos.
And now, I mean, you're wondering, we'll keep going further into stage 3, but with the phase loss, the Ultra win, if Ultra continue to look like this, who's really the top team in the game? Is there in command in this series up 2-0?
Yeah, we'll just keep it down at 4. It's been fun to watch. These teams progress, and while some regress, and then the roster changes come in. Stage 2 is crazy. Stage 3 is probably about to be crazier, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I just didn't think like stage 2 was going to be the pinnacle of the wackiness. It feels like it's going to continue to evolve as the new players filter in. Teams desperately try to catch up with those in front, but let's look at the stats. A big 1,900 damage out of Vance. He goes 9-4. Prim on the other side, yeah, I mean, damage-wise matches him, but the difference in the rest of the teammates, it's pretty staggering.
Yeah, and there's 2 defensive rounds. I mean, that come to mind, the timings. One for Illy up top balcony when he drops down, the other when they get aggressive parking garage. I think those are 2 rounds. If it's a little bit different, you might have a round 10, a round 11 with Empire in the lead, but that's surge sometimes.
No, it certainly
being all
is.
on the same page, and that's a difference maker of a team who hasn't had a roster change in 1.5.
Yeah, very, very true, Joe. But let's take a look at our U.S. Army tactical play from that map, too. There were a lot of moments that were really special for Ultra, but looks like this one we're going to be hopping into our second round early in this search and destroy. We'll watch the mix play out.
Yeah, this is the 2v3. Where Cleanus and Vance were able to work the bomb site, just sort of going back and forth. Shotzi's making sure there's nothing towards the A site. Fellow all the way in that back alley. And as soon as Shotzi, he spots one, so that forces Vance to turn back around. Vance was just doing loop-de-loops on offense. Goes back to his teammate. Yeah. And it's basically at this moment where they're like, all right, we have to commit to this site. And then map control's taken away, right? You see Krim starting to lurk on up through the middle of the map.
To get one here. He needs to get one.
He needs to either get one or back away. That's the other play. You can just leave, right? Because this round is really on Krim. This round is on Krim to just stop the bomb plane. He can reposition, but then in the 2v2, Krim gets some horrible timing.
Well, it's like Fellow dying puts Krim in a really bad spot. Krim then dying puts Shotzi in an impossible situation. But, yeah, I mean, that didn't look like a round they were going to win. We were laughing about how much Vance was running back and forth, but they ended up pulling that one out. A big one early in that game. But as the boys celebrate it, we'll get locked and loaded for a map 3. We'll be back after the break.
Capture the objective. Hardpoint located.
Rogue's done. Arming subjects.
Hardpoint locked down. We are taking control.
Drop them.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest
One by
5G
hostile mail.
network. Set your sights on the competition. T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
This should be fun.
Welcome back. We're ready to go into the map 3. We're going to talk a little bit about Empire. And it's going to be difficult to know if the team change paid off
Fuck.
for a while. I mean, it takes time, but any maybe thoughts from the opening couple of games?
I mean, I think map 1, they kind of threw away, not rotating early on. They had a great start. Map 2, it's always just so difficult in search and destroy, a couple of adjustments here and there. They fought their way back into it, but there was a few timings that actually could have went their way, and that's a different game. But that's Call of Duty for you.
No, it certainly is. They've been like all right across all the game modes. I mean, obviously early in stage 1, Hardpoint was kind of their lock it down mode, one of the best Hardpoint teams in the game, but it feels like they don't really have like a go-to mode. Like something that they're just dominating. You expect them to win every time. Maybe as they start to solidify Fellow into this lineup, we'll see the improvements start to come. But similar, we talked about NYSL in a very tough matchup with Hydra versus FaZe. Yeah, you get a really tough one here out there. Team Change versus Ultra. You know, victors are major too. It's just it's not an easy thing to get rolling on, that's for sure. But on the flip side of that, we saw NYSL win.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just feel like you're right. Like there is, Dallas has had such crazy series. Like so many moments really stick out, but. We're headed to Raid Control, bread and butter for Toronto. They've played this 15 times, but much more recently has it really gotten better and better. They had a lot of early losses, a lot of moments where they probably should have won, and that's what we kind of said. That's really been the difference here. Those touch moments they have fixed.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint locked down.
Now, when we talk about Raid Control, the defense for Toronto has been fantastic. 19 and 11 there. Neither super standout on the Empire side for offense and defense. Something a little bit better defensively, but Control on Raid has been really locked down for Ultra. When they're on the defensive side of it, that's where they're going to start out.
Neutralized.
Jamie ready for this. You go to that early B hit Shotzzy. Him though, able to find some kills. I'm excited to watch Ilya on this map. Because I think this is the map where we've watched him with a great time.
Are you kidding me? One hit.
Swings. But Cammy with a huge gunfight win there. You do get a ticket B, but then you're going to have to transition over to A. Front Ultra here. We're going to get that retake. Everyone else from Dallas going to head on over and get onto that A zone.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure there pays off. Leads to an opening at A. They're able to stack this and make some progress. They did get, one bit of progress to B as well. What do you have to do if you're Ultra? You just try to lock them in, get control. They have to deal with one player in today with the Shotzzy. Looks like he's just tucked inside of Arc. CA zone, he's got 2 minutes to work with. He already has some damage with B. This has been a great opening offense so far from Empire. What's still left to do?
I thought there was to be a bit of like a pinch through those, but Shotzi just jumps out, gets a kill, and then he just gets away with his life. The rest of the Empire, they go all the way back. Through Laundry, Illy, able to take down 2. Double headshots come in. Cammy now trying to hang on. The last one over towards his B zone.
These 2 shots just right side of the opposite side of him.
They're just trying to find him.
Yeah, they've got to deal with Illy, and they're able to do that. Now Shotzi comes out, first is there, second one lines up. Cammy with the positioning, it will pay dividends. 4 in a row now. The finesse game on point, needs some help over the top. That's Insight that's now got vision. Cammy can continue to play his life. I get stuck though as he slides down. That's the...
He comes in, but he did his job. Shots, I feel like he cleared everything but the front of that ledge. Now you go back into this defense, only a minute to work with. You at least have a kick. Instead now on 5 in a row. You do not want him to earn some streaks, so Dallas.
I think he's poised to do it though. He's poised to do it. Like, well, oh my, what a kill from Prem. And God, I thought in that position and their need to push with 40 seconds on, I thought that was a lot for Inside to get streaks.
Yeah, it's a nice little angle there. When that side glass is broken, you can see the YTT does just that. It's all about middle stairs. For Toronto Ultra. This is the way they kind of played it, right? Like they sort of, when you have apartment control, they take ring and mid away from you. Insight does a great job staying here, and then as soon as you get to the middle of the stairs, they fly on through. That's always Kleenex or Vance, Cammy and Vance. They do such a good job playing around the middle of the map. The defense, it's holding.
El blue. being 4 people con la Craig. How good it is. They should really not do do something to the Craig. Porque no se mueve pa' nada. Ah, I was already one hit. Bro, are you kidding me? I was on a 38 streak. El E. coli. E. coli. Víctor. El E. coli. Va a regresar la Neogun de BO3. That would be cool. Well, I mean, it is a special weapon porque estaba en Black Ops 3. So BO3 va a ser... Oh no, Season 3 es de Black Ops 3 y luego Black Ops 4 pues va a ser Season 4. Fuck. No. entre tus manos está mi vida, Señor. Entre tus manos está mi ojo, Señor. Hell Hydra. Subliners, como tienen uno que se llama Hydra, le pusieron Hell Hydra. Mi ojo. ¿Quiénes son los Lucas Brothers? ¿Que no hacen Star Wars? No, ¿verdad? Lucasfilms. Tus manos. Hacer pipí. Al baño.
Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
just destroy them. Hell Hydra. Oh.
Drop
Excellent job, everyone. That's a win. Man, in my sights. Bushwhack.
Empire lost. Digo, yeah, Empire lost.